Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and Craig Skidmore here at HighVibe.tv for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly love horoscope for the week of August 31st through September the 6th of 2020. Don't forget to say rabbit, September the 1st, when you wake up on September the 1st. It's the first thing that you should say, or you are doomed for the rest of your life.
Forever.
Especially with this September to remember. I haven't used that since 2013, okay? I will admit I've used it before. If you've never watched the show before, make sure you join us down here at HighVibe.tv. Go to the website, HighVibe.tv, and of course, our awesome app platforms. You can get us on iOS, Android, and get us on Apple TV. That's where I like it the most. And of course, on Roku, where we have way more than this show. Of course, Deep Astrology, which is the #1 show, which of course you get in the full aspect of it, and you get it live, and you get it with the charts, and not just the audio when we go to the chart portion, and all my exclusive daily video horoscopes, and exclusive weekly sun sign horoscopes, and exclusive intuitive horoscope, and my exclusive tarot horoscope, and so much more, and the notifications. And we have so many awesome other talent on there doing awesome other daily and weekly exclusive horoscopes and more. And we have a lot of surprises.
Some fun things in the work today, huh?
Yeah, we're a little late from, making sure that we're giving you all quality. And don't forget spiritual freaking dance music for this full moon. Gonna happen tomorrow night as well. And what's cracking, Craig?
Oh, what up, all ya saxy individuals out there? I'm rocking my saxophone pin today because I'm feeling saxy with it.
You just feeling super saxy?
I'm feeling all sorts of jazzy feelings outside myself right now.
What is that painting behind you?
This is Kim's installment. It's going to be released tomorrow here on High Vibe. Rocking that Virgo vibe. So yeah, pretty dope. And I like how with all the neons and stuff, in any paintings that you all do out there, if you get those neons and then you throw a little light, a little color change into it, and it gives it a nice little pop and it glows. So I like to do it with the vibrance. You always got to keep that vibrance in your life, whatever you do, whatever we're doing out there. How's it going on your end, my friend?
Well, it was my mom's birthday, and she's a Virgo, and so it was an awesome birthday that we did this weekend with my mom. I got to see my brother. I got to see my nephew Nathan. And I found out about Baby Shark. Is that crazy? I guess Baby Shark's been around a minute. I just got witness to Baby Shark Saturday, and I'm rocking my nephew and rocking out, and everybody's like, I hate this song, but Nathan loves it. I'm sure if you watched my story, you saw me rocking out to Baby Shark. And no, I did not make Nathan cry either. He was doing really well. It's just that one time, whenever you're like, oh, I'm going to do a story on something, this is a perfect moment, and then it just goes to shit. That's what happened. I'm like rocking my nephew. Him and I are rocking out to Baby Shark, and the next thing you know, he just starts crying. And then, my mom came in, his Oma, and kind of settled it, but made me look like I was bad or something. But I was like, that Baby Shark goes from like house music to trance. So I was like, he doesn't like the trance part. So I'm like, yeah, get back to the house. You know what I mean? Or do you not know what I mean?
I don't. I haven't listened to it in its entirety.
Oh, I didn't know this. Well, first of all, I didn't know about Baby Shark, the song, but they have on YouTube, it just will replay for hours, you know what I mean, with the video. And he grooves. He's 2 months old, and he grooves to it, and he's trying to dance. And I'm like, fuck, this is my nephew, Uncle Davy Crockett's going to get him to be a house DJ. You know what I mean? Woo! Baby Shark is the best intro that you could ever have to house music as a 2-month-old. Straight up.
Get funky.
And if anybody talks crap on Baby Shark, maybe you need to be pumping Baby Shark on your subs, you know what I mean? That's just got some smack.
Are you gonna sample some Baby Shark tomorrow or what?
You know what's crazy is actually my stepdad Roger was like, you need to remix Baby Shark. I was like, maybe I'm gonna remix Baby Shark, I was like, wow. I don't know, but you know what? I'll be honest. So I'm gonna say this last thing I have to. So my mom told my brother and I this, and especially she told my brother first. She's like, David was, when he was really young like this, he loved cartoons and you didn't. So it's really weird because naturally I just sat down next to my little 2-month-old nephew. He's going to be 3 months very soon, this month coming up. And Baby Sharks on. And I'm like, wow, I'm like fascinated by it. And I'm fascinated by the graphics and the cartoon and the music. And I'm just sitting there dancing with my 2-month-old nephew. And everybody else is like, oh, this song, it's so, it's so repetitive and stuff. And I'm like a kid in a candy store and having the best time of my life. And it makes sense now. When I was a kid, I was the same way, Sesame Street came on, I'm like, bah! You know what I mean? Like, so I think doing the uncle thing and Uncle Davy Crockett, I found my niche with my nephew finally. Like, just gonna drop some Baby Shark, and then I'll find some other stuff. He'll be getting dropped on some other stuff. Little does my brother know, and my sister-in-law too. You know what I mean? Like they have no idea yet.
Well, I mean, the good thing with house music is that it's very age appropriate to any age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not promoting any bad will or bad words or any sexual innuendos for the most part. So
no, it's funky. It's fun. It was honestly, I was like, man, I wish we had this.
I know, right?
I was like,
I know.
I mean, I'm not gonna diss on DuckTales or any of the great stuff that I grew up to or we grew up to, but like the whole like just the graphics and I'll be honest, the Leo in me was like, so I had a good time. That was my weekend, and then I slept a long time Sunday. And then filmed some awesome horoscopes for people to watch for this week's full moon. So that's what we're here for, the full moon. So if you never watched the show before, this is what we do. Of course, we are going to go over the collective first. Yes. We're going to give you the astrology. And then we, of course, this is a tarot show, so we're going to go through the tarot. But I only give the astrology during the collective part. And then from the high vibe, what?
The gold, because I love gold.
The gold cup. We pick your different 12 zodiac signs. So this show is completely at random. Of course, I've shuffled all the decks. And then we have the awesome, which I'm trying to get out of here.
Speaking of cups, I'm actually cupping my leg right now.
You're what?
I'm cupping my leg. Speaking of cups,
Oh, you got cups, like, right?
I got cups. So now I'm a cup practitioner.
Sir Cups a lot.
Here's my cup pump. It's not the Swedish-made penis enlarger.
I was about to say, I'm like, are we on Austin Powers right now, bro? Like, woo! Hey, but you know what? Austin Powers is fucking pretty dope. He uses one. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Got him out of a tight squeeze. Remember he had to pump it on that guy?
Yes. Yes. So.
Pump it up.
Didn't realize the gold cup would come up with other cups. But good way. Good job, bro. Cupping in the middle of doing Deep Love Tarot.
Thank you.
So, I say we go right into this collective reading, and we're going to just get right off on this. And we ask you to please share this video to as many people as you can. Of course, we're live in the chat. And at 1,000 people when we're live, we do a 1,000 collective love reading for 1K collective, where I tell you to pick one person in your head, and I do a reading, and we'll see what's up with that person. Whether you're with them or not. This is where I wait. I guess I'll take a hit of some nicotine.
Is that what you were waiting for? Is that what you said?
Yes. All right. So collective reading. Everybody, this week, there's a full moon in Pisces. So this is quite contrary, right? So we've got the Virgo sun, the Virgo Mercury, all about this reality. And I'll be honest, I said last week very deeply, I think when it was the Peace Dealer was here, it's like, it might feel a little bit mundane or kind of blank-ish just because of how much Earth there's been. And, the magic of a full moon in Pisces is like the magic at Disneyland that just shows up out of nowhere. But it's going to be a wake-up full moon. It's going to be exactly aspecting exactly to Uranus and Taurus. 10 degrees of Pisces with the full moon, 10 degrees of the sun being in Virgo, and exactly at 10 degrees Taurus, we're seeing Uranus here in retrograde. So this week with this full moon, it's going to bring magic relationship wise, but if it doesn't fit the reality, you gotta be careful about that. So I would say that we're releasing the delusions of what's not working in reality, and that opens up for the magic of what's going to come. With Uranus here, it's like we need to advance into a better life. Now with the retrograde, it's like it feels karmic. And this deals with people, Uranus. Remember that Uranus is the planet of people. So definitely going to be dealing with a lot with people. And Venus, the planet of relationships, is in Cancer, opposing Saturn the exact moment of this full moon. So this is an extreme like decision, karmic, you have to make a choice here of where you're sitting emotionally in relationships. What's lacking? Because with Saturn there, it's going to be like, okay, you want those good feelings, Venus in Cancer, to feel good in your physical life? Well, is it in alignment with your destiny? Is it in alignment with your purpose? Is it alignment with what makes you feel like you're going to grow bigger? It also looks at your character. So this is a very character building full moon. Not to mention Mars, which is still in Aries, which is squaring Saturn. That means Venus squares Mars this week. Now this is hot and heavy because after this full moon comes, there's going to be an awakening of like, holy shit, this is what needs to go and this is what magic needs to come in. Because things can look like magic, but not be magic.
Like fool's gold.
Like fool's gold, or, you were wearing like, it's like beer goggles too, right? Like people can have beer goggles about certain situations or have been wearing the beer goggles for years. And it's like, this time it's like Uranus is saying, no. I want the quality. It's about quality. And Venus and Saturn, they want quality too. And with Venus and Mars though, with Mars and Aries pushing that, Venus and Cancer, even though Mars has stopped, getting ready for its retrograde next week, by the way. Oh gosh. So we got to make some changes now because Mars retrograde for the 3 months sucks. When you try to take action, it's like, it's like limp. You have to get that cup thing you're using over there, but we all know what you're really doing with that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
pump it up. Pump it up.
So with Venus and Mars in square, it's passionate as hell. It's emotionally passionate, but it also is the passion of like, this is not what I want emotionally, and this is what is, and there has to be direct action taken, and there's pressure about it. Because even though we might care about the emotions of people and so forth, we also need to make sure that we're putting ourselves first, and that's what's hard. It's like if you're not getting the physical emotion that you need in the reality of a relationship or a project, but this is a love show, so we're just talking love here. If you're not getting that with Mercury heading out of Virgo, that's going to come into Libra by the end of this week, you're going to get to the end of this week and be like, did I just, like, this huge moment happens Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of like full moon, Mars, Venus opposed Saturn, and then Mercury comes into Libra to try and weigh like out, like, am I in an exciting and happy place of beauty, or is this just like I'm in the worst courtroom of my life and I'm on trial trying to defend something that I continue to stay in delusion of, or I am in the beauty of that and starting to figure that out. But one thing too is Venus is moving into Leo. Woo! And I know, I'm a Leo, so of course I'm going to be, and I was born with Venus and Leo, so, I'm a Venus Leo guy, I'm going to be honest. This is going to be the sweet nectar that's been waiting to come for us here. Remember, Venus has been stopped for a long time. Venus went into Gemini and stopped there for months. At the end of March, at the beginning of April, Mars went into Gemini, or Venus went into Gemini, and then it sat there, went retrograde through May into June, right? And then it just sat there all the way, and then it finally came into Cancer here about a month ago, and it's like, it's been this long deal, and the Sun and Mercury already went through Leo, so this Venus in Leo is like setting the real tone of the happy, positive, the love vibes, and with Mercury and Libra at the same time, that's Mercury in the relationship sign, right? So this is about trying to find the stimulating love aspects, but that comes this weekend, so it's like how you play this full moon determines how things are going to go in your love life, to hell or beautiful, amazing, wow. All based off whether you're ready for magic. And so this is a surrendering full moon, because a full moon in Pisces is surrendering to spiritual truth. Now that might be surrendering something literally, like this is not good for you in reality. Or I'm finally surrendering that I've been playing the reality in the game card or the rule card too much and not letting any magic in. With magic, you need to be able to be magical. And if something isn't magical, it's going to be very clear and it's going to feel like you're stuck, especially with Mars square Saturn and Venus opposed Saturn. How funny. Venus is getting aspected in negative aspects by the two malefics. So basically, Maleficent, if if she was to show up, she's throwing her curses on not just Aurora. I don't know. Some people might not know Sleeping Beauty, but she's throwing her curses on all she's got, the bag here, to make sure it's like real or not, you know? So, and also for singles out there, it's like, you know, things need to change. That's the other thing, is things need to change. This is where it's gotten really stagnant in life. It's gotten very bland. It's gotten very, just, you know, white rice with no fixins, not even soy sauce, not even the good, like, you know, the low sodium shit. Like, we're talking just like, so this magic is here to drench us in spiritual goodness, and we have to follow that. And there's a lot of other things that I could just go on for hours, but of course I'll go deeper into that with deep astrology. But for love-wise, are you ready for that magic, or are you just going to continue to hold yourself back? Mercury trining Saturn. So it's like you can see clearly, and Mercury and Venus actually make a nice sextile. So the only way through this beautiful transit, or completely, I would say, because I'll be honest, it can feel like you're really stuck, would be stimulation, curiosity. Remember, the North Node is still in Gemini and it's in sextile to Mars. So it's like curiosity, in this case, brings what you need. It's not going to kill the cat. And you could be getting lots of purrs by this weekend, or feeling like, what the hell? I am not a happy queen or king. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay. Things that we have been building in the past, I would say, are, you know, the realization that, okay, that didn't work, but we gained a lot of knowledge. Three of Pentacles is always about building a sculpture, something great. In a love reading, it's definitely like we're removing ourselves from the way that we've been building things. But also currently, this would also mean that if all these working parts in a relationship aren't working, and especially if you're even single and you're expecting the sculpture to look a certain way, I would say that it's like, you know, you have to redraw the plans here. This is people redrawing their plans and what relationships are going to look like in their life, and making sure that we actually have a sculpture, or it's like kind of like one of those like ice sculptures, but you like made it at like 11 a.m. and it's in the middle of the sun and the party's at 6 p.m. Like, the thing's like not going to be an ice sculpture at the end of the day. So it's like, you got to be aware of that. You need to be real. What needs to change when it comes to how you're, you know, and also the kind of people that you're around has a lot to do with how relationships can be built great, you know? Like, so you got to look at the friends, you got to look at the people around and see if sometimes this calls out people who say they can build things when they really won't. So beware, especially women, beware of scrubs, and even men can beware of women that are scrubs, right? You know, say they got all this shit and they really don't. The challenge that we got is the devil. Wow. Woo, I felt that whole, like, you know, beware of the scrubs with a false mask on. Definitely some masking going on here of what people saying they can build, or the denial of you realizing that you're putting on a mask thinking it's some great thing when it's really not. But, you know, I think that it's pretty easy to see through this right now. We're going to get much clearer to see what. We did get the Hierophant card in reversed overall. Yeah, we're changing up, especially this kind of loyal structure to the way that we were on the path of how relationships should be. It's almost like the loyalty in many cases, or this kind of traditional aspect we want to throw that out the window. I would say the challenge, though, is like to not try and do something that you know is inauthentic to yourself. If anything, it's about getting out of the inauthentic vibes that we kind of became loyal to. We kind of became loyal to our inauthentic self. And I would say that we're coming into a much more beautiful place, but we have to, you know, make sure that we're not with the masks and be the mask as well. Let's see that shadow that we got. We got blinded to pain. With the devil. I'd say it's like there's been this pain of this false, you know, illusion that we're almost addicted to, right? Because there is that devil card that can get chained. So we've been chained to like feeling pain about situations that we almost are getting numb to. And that's what needs to end, is like, stop taking the Novocaine. Like, pull the chains off of the situations that don't feel good in your life right now. It's going to help you out a lot. With that Three of Pentacles in reverse, we did get the Fool reverse. So it's like, don't be stupid anymore. If things are not building into the most beautiful thing you've ever wanted to, and sculptures are something that we identify as like, that's beautiful. Like, I can say, when I look behind me right now, the set fucking looks good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, woo! So that looks good, baby. So, you know, like that, even one of my nights here looks great. You know, but if it's like, if this thing was all like, it looked like I was in my closet and I had like dirty clothes hanging out the back. It's like, oh no, this is a beautiful set. You know, it's kind of like, oh God. So this is where, you know, whether you're single or in relationships, what situations just look like a closet full of crap and you think it's going to go good? So don't be dumb. And also don't be harsh or too critical on yourself. Like, I feel so stupid I did that. It's like, turn that into something beautiful this week. Like, I feel like we're turning a bunch of our past stupid mistakes of what we thought we were building and getting rid of so many of the things that we got chained to that was just like, what the fuck? This is not who I am. Why did we get that Hierophant card there? We got the King of Pentacles upright. So yeah, you know what? We're actually disconnecting from things that were not of full quality, not of our ability to manifest the great things in our life and to feel confident in that too. I just wanted to pull one more and I pulled the Sag card. So this is about us overall. I would just say today I'm going to do this. It's about opening new doors, exploring new territory and believing in what we really want is possible. And if we're not able to do that, well, especially with this last week of Jupiter retrograde, like I would say, you know, you're going to miss out on a lot. Like Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn is I have that. I was born with that alignment. When you make the biggest decisions of your life and you take the biggest risks, you get all the fortune. Oh, I almost forgot. I feel like we haven't done this show in 8 years. Fourth house, Pisces, Sun and Pisces in the fourth house. Oh, we have definitely a lot of emotions that were blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce. So I would say that we're getting rid of all this energy within ourselves that we have been blinded emotionally in this weird, like, we thought this was cool emotionally, but we almost knew it wasn't. We almost could turn people emotionally into characters that they're not. It's like, you know, kind of like putting a bunch of makeup on them or, you know, gosh, I could say so many things that would trigger people. I triggered enough Virgos last week, so I'm going to try my best not to trigger. And I'm not trying to pick out any sign right now. I'm just saying that, you know, when I use the beer goggles reference, you know, you can almost, you know, with sun fourth house Pisces, just kind of get too comfortable in the delusion and that you think is a dream, but it's like you're too emotionally invested. And I would say that this is about surrendering to allow the true magical emotional place that you really want to go and know that that looks like the godly energy that you intuitively in your soul feel. It's soul emotional level here, not you trying to morph emotionally some dream that's not really there. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not about just implementing change just for the fact of changing. Like, this needs to be a change that you actually feel within yourself. You know, with that King card, it's like he knows exactly what it is that he wants, and he knows that he's going to go and do it. You know, he's not just going to get swayed by an outside, point of view or an individual telling him that, whispering in his ear. You know, if you really feel it, make that change. You know, if you're on the fence about it, think about it. But if it needs to be done, you need to put action into that. You need to put that energy behind it and actually progress forward. You know, do you want to implement that change? Are you capable and are you worthy? Are you going to be able to handle it? You know, these are all things you need to ask yourself as well. Why are you going to put these changes forward into your life and really go for them if it does make sense? Listen to spirit, as they say.
I was going to say, if you know you feel it, right?
Yeah. Are you ready to see it?
Are you ready to see it? That's actually our slogan here at highvibe.tv. So that was an interesting collective reading we got there. Let's see what's going on for the first sign of the zodiac that we're going to do for this week. Hope everybody's in the chat room right now. Actually, I'm looking at the chat. It's 777 right now. Aries is first. How funny. The first sign of the zodiac is going first. Who would have ever known?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? I you know what? Actually, if there was any sign in the world that I thought would show up first, it would always be Aries, you know. All right, let's see what's going on, Aries. Ooh, the 9 of... I'll be honest. Even though this is a scary card, I wouldn't be scared with that. But, you know, the 9 of Swords definitely deals with the nightmare card, right? It's kind of like, it's definitely anxiety or some sort of wake up of like, it's a nightmare. But I would say that, you know, maybe it's like, this is just a wake up call. Like, where have you been? Especially if we think of this week with Venus squaring Mars, you know, this full moon in your 12th. This is like, I think that, it's a little bit of a freak out of what you're missing out on. And especially this one's got the full moon in it. How crazy is that? Of course, that's the last thing I saw. I saw the hooks first. We don't need to be hooked anymore to places, Pisces or Aries, that are holding you back from the reality that you want in your love life. There's something that you've been holding yourself back, and that you're waking up from that. Your challenge that you got is the Lovers reversed. So I'd say that your relationship life is upside down. Are you feeling like maybe a little disconnected from your partner? It's not the end of the world, but it definitely is feeling like this is the wake-up call that you're ready to change. So I'd say that Aries are ready to change their whole relationship dynamic and situations. We did get the 10 of Wands up right. So you know what? Shed a lot of extra weight that you have right now. Look at this card. I think that this is a great way to show the 10 of Wands. Like, they're literally chucking this person out like, yeah, too much weight on the boat. You gotta go, bro. Wow, that's a pretty interesting card. But I would say that, that's what it is. It's like, what are you holding on to that, and especially with this week's Venus aspects, emotionally, and how you want it to look and how you want it to be like maybe it's like you're asking for too much, or you're not showing up enough for what you really want. And I would say that, because maybe you're invested in too many areas, too many creative things, or just too many ideas that are popping up. Mercury does come in your relationship house, so pay attention to that by the end of this week. You did pull the Parasite. So you're removing something in your love life that whether if you're single, it's in yourself, that you're holding on to too much weight, or the relationship has kind of reached kind of a tipping point that's, it needs a good little parasitic cleanse here. And this is the wake-up call. Let's see what this nightmare is about. Well, you got the 7 of Wands. It's about, you realize that you have to fight for the position fully. And is your partner fighting at the same position? Are you showing up? Are they fighting for you and you're not showing up? Or, I would say at the same time, it's like, this is just asking you to really go for it more in your life, because the 7 of Wands is about finding ultimate position and gaining the high ground. And I would say that you haven't been really putting yourself out there enough in your partnership or as a single person. The reason that we got this 10 of Wands is the High Priestess card reversed. So it's like your intuition's telling you exactly what to let go of, but I feel like you don't want to let it go. Why is that? No, the Saturn return. It's like, I think that you're feeling like maybe, you put a lot of work into this, or, you're too mature to maybe change something up. But or it's just restrictive element at its highest capacity. I would just say that, this is definitely about not being as restrictive as you can be. So, no, it's somebody's calling me, but it's going on that laptop. Wake up! You gotta wake up, Aries. I would say that stop being an old person. Stop restricting yourself, and also be an adult, though, and handle your shit that needs to be handled. But I don't think it's a bad week. I just think there's a little emotional pressure, but Venus and Leo can be really fun if you follow your intuition and what to let go of, and then actually bring something in, not be tossed out of the boat. You got the 3rd house here, Taurus, and you got that North Node. So yeah, you need to focus on a better way to communicate and a much more solid ground of what you're communicating about. You just can't be an Aries and just start throwing out like, blah, 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 like, okay, it's not gonna work. It's like, let's Taurus this motherfucker. Let's be like, what is the most palatable and what is the most best things that I'm gonna come through in my presentation style and what I'm going to say. Because if you do that, and it also is how you express yourself. If you're an Aries, like expressing yourself in a way that's not that beautiful, Taurus, or showing the worthiness, or, you've gotten a little bit quarantine lazy with your looks, there's that whole focus on the enrichment, focus on the stability of how well you communicate and how well that you present yourself out there.
Yeah, because I think that possibly some Aries out there might have gotten caught up in an infatuation, or letting their kind of emotions run rampant and keeping them into a situation that they know is maybe not the best for them, but it's easy to get caught up in those emotions, and we build those ties, and we get kind of locked and lost into that love, that we all want, or most people want. And then we kind of get blinded a little bit, with that moon card. I think that full moon sitting over her, I think is really looking to say, tap into your true raw potential, that true emotion that's inside yourself, not that surface infatuation that you might get lost in.
Yeah, I was going to say that this Lovers card reversed for them almost feels like, especially the infatuation thing that you said, it's almost like, especially if it's like past or exes, or you haven't let go of something yet, or you're still in a weird argument with your partner, or you're still attached to somebody that didn't work out and you're still trying to figure that out. Like, let that go, try out the new things, or let go of whatever's in your relationship that's not working and fucking move on to something much more better, to deal with and talk about.
Way more better.
Way more better. Going through the same fucking story all the time and arguments and shit, fucking, it's so lame. So pre-2020, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's bigger fish to fry.
Oh, God. I don't even know. I guess we're starting the party early today because Scorpio fucking showed up.
It's a Scorpio cupping party, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. Let's get those pump. Hey. Because ain't no party like a Scorpio party, baby. Pump it up. Pump it up.
Pump
it up. Swedish made pump. Actually, it's from Korea. But it's still a party, baby. Nonetheless, let's get it.
Woo! All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for you this week. Ooh, you did get the 8 of Swords in reverse, so this is good. This is a good card. It's either this has happened or it's happening this week. You are feeling free of restriction. You're feeling free of negative energy or toxic energy in your love life. But it also is a card to remind yourself not to get trapped into something that you don't want to go in. So, but the reversal is definitely saying that, you're not, and especially in this card, you are definitely not in these weird waters, like, ooh, toxic waters there.
That's shit I do like.
But, this is the card of also sickness and stuff. So it might be like, you might be feeling better, but also pay attention to your health about relationships. Like if a relationship is happening and then you're like, I'm not feeling good. That's a signal.
I did have a stomach ache yesterday.
Who were you with?
Everybody. Maybe the cups are pulling out my toxins.
Maybe. But this is for this week. So
okay, perfect. Oh yeah, starting today.
You can throw that one as, that's the past.
No stomach ache today.
The Empress card is your challenge card this week in reverse. So even though that you're off the hook, it means don't slouch when it comes to the ultimate manifesting of the most beautiful things. Like don't get comfortable in things that aren't that great. You want to manifest great things still, especially with you kind of off the hook here. So not a bad card, but it definitely is a card where it's like, it's going to question the beauty and the vanity of relationships a little bit here. The Empress definitely does that. And the ability that she is the maternal one. So it is kind of that question of like, is this going to grow into something, or is it just kind of like, just this there? So we're going to get deeper in that one. We did pull the Lovers card reverse overall. So there's definitely a relook at the love situations going on in your life. You're free, but is it going to build the ultimate situation? It's just, the Lovers reverse definitely is coming from, number one, your own happiness and self. Like if you're attaching to a love relationship to get all your happiness, and maybe that could come up. And then if you realize, what would happen if I lost that? Would I not be happy? That's a problem, right? The lovers mean that's two lovers that show up independently that are in love and happy with themselves. So we'll go deeper into that when we look at that. Your shadow is naked before the stars with the Empress in reversed. Well, we all know Scorpios like to be naked.
That we do.
But I would say that, what, it's like, this is a time for you to make sure that you really are having a talk with God and making sure that you're asking God about the situations that you're in, if they really are building the best for you, and what parts of it. Maybe it is, but maybe you're not seeing it fully. Maybe you're missing something that you didn't realize. Maybe God's like, hey, look at also this, or look at also that. But it also might bring up like stuff that you were missing that maybe doesn't hold the same kind of structures that you thought. The 8 of Swords, of course, in reverse with this. Remember that this full moon for you is in your 5th house of love. So you can't forget about that. And the 11th house is the love you're doing and to bring you the world that you want. Now, you did pull the 2 of Cups. Now, so you're off the hook of getting out of feeling trapped when it comes to finding a very passionate emotional union, soulmate energy, even twin flame kind of energy. So this is a great card. We got the Lovers reversed here. So this is kind of like, are you going through a soulmate situation, but not a full-blown deal? That might come up. Let's see what we got here with this Lovers reversed. The Six of Cups in reversed. So it's like, are the memories being built that sticky? Are they like ones that are going to live with you forever? Or are they ones that are just passing by? There's something about love, when it really happens in your life, it's like you cannot forget every little moment, even the bathroom breaks when you're waiting for them and stuff like that. I feel like, it's like, what are the things that are missing from the traditional love story here that you need to really realize? Are these memories memorable or are they not? And your overall with this would be the blessings card of Grand Trine, that all parts of the relationship need to come together, Scorpio. All parts, in order to have the true blessing. If there's parts that are missing, you can't get the full blessing. And I would say that you're going to understand if all those parts come together this week, or know which parts aren't, to either work at or fix or try and understand, but you got to have that combo with God. And this Venus in your ninth is going into the 10th of Leo this weekend. So after it goes through the stress of the sixth house, can it fit in your reality and can it fit in your stimulation? Because let's be honest, are you really that excited? That's the whole Venus opposite Saturn thing. When it comes into Leo, it's like, okay, I'm ready to be a boss and own where I want to go with all this, but like, are you ready to own that? Are you ready to put your name on it? Or continue keeping your name on it? Ninth house, Leo, Neptune. So yeah, okay, this is the delusional beliefs of the love story that are going to come to fruition here and also be examined to see if they really are those open doors or not. So it's good to have hope and to have love and to have all these positive things, but are they really there? That's what's going to be unearthed. And the sensitivity is about looking at those things from a much more truthful place, opposed to just the over hopeful Leo, like I just am doing this whether I want to or not. Like, make sure that you understand the web that you're casting, Scorpio.
Spider. Yeah, it's like it's like exploration in space, Yeah. I think it's stepping through those doors maybe into that relationship and maybe bringing your partner into new experiences and to kind of show them that darker side, so to speak,
Well, Naked Before the Stars and Empress Reversed.
And then maybe that duality will build off of it. Maybe they'll show you a little light that you haven't experienced in quite a while. Who's know, but you have to walk through that door.
What is this the door to?
This is the doors of perception. I am the Lizard King. I can do anything.
No, I mean, you were just, you used to have a really cool place. You had
the Zen Den, the Dungeon of Dreams.
But it switched in depending on the mood, right?
Exactly.
And what would it turn into?
The Dungeon of Dreams, baby. So maybe you need to take a walk on the wild side and grab that hand and lead them to the promised land. Sex.
I had some good times hanging out with you in there.
I know.
Not like that, though.
I miss it.
We did get Geminis.
But I'm going to build a mobile Zen Den Dungeon of Dreams. So if you see me rolling down the street.
Yeah, that was the talk we were just having.
I know. What was it? What'd you pull?
Gemini. All the Geminis are like, oh my God, Craig, fucking pay attention right now.
I'm getting caught up in the Dungeon of Dreams over here. I'm just reminiscing on some.
Hey, it's a dreamy time. As we're talking,
nights.
The full moon has just started in Pisces, Like, finally, this moon in Aquarius was not making any aspects, really. It was fucking
Some
like, since Saturday, it's just been like, blah, blah. Everybody's been disconnected to the universe and world. We're like, what the fuck's going on?
They see me rolling. No, you did not mislead.
Well, let's see what the twins of the zodiac have to say to each other this week. Are you talking to your other twin?
Yes.
All right, let's see what's going on, Gemini. All right. We got the Magician card reversed. Are you missing out on the magic? Oh. Well, I would say, this full moon in Pisces is definitely 10th house, so it can feel like, are you so focused on work, did you forget about your emotions too? Did you forget about trust? Like the Magician has trust to build magic, but it's almost like, whenever I see the Magician card reversed, it's almost like, no, I have control of my life from a non-magical point of view. Like maybe you need to get back into the magic, or maybe you're dealing with a partner that's honestly has none, because the Magician is the only one that holds all the different parts of tarot, the pentacles, the wands, the swords, the cups. So it's like, if they're not on your same magical vibe, out.
Goodbye.
I would say that, that's the number one thing to pay attention to this week, Gemini, especially at this full moon in the 10th house. Like, you got to have authority, but also not block the things that are magical too. And be like, oh, well, I want my control in my life. Like, it's like, well, you're missing out. And look at this. Your challenge is death card reversed. You're having issues letting go of a non-magical person. Damn. Daniel. That sucks. It would be kind of like, being going to Disneyland and trying to wear, I don't know, what would be like an opposing character? It'd be like wearing...
I don't know. Disney owns like everything.
They own like everything,
right?
but I was gonna go something weird, like, I don't know, like wearing a Street Fighter outfit or something, like, being like
the devil card shirt or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like kind of like, everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? I got a feeling like I don't know why my guys are saying that. There's other people being like, yeah, what are you doing? Like, what this person? What?
What the hell?
What?
The hell, Bobby?
What? Well, you did get the world card as your overall card, which is a completion card. It is also stepping into a new world. So I'd say overall, by letting go of something that you're afraid to let go of that's not magical, gosh, you have the ultimate world that you've been waiting for. It's that simple. I mean, Gemini, come on, it's pretty simple here, especially with Venus coming into Leo, especially with this full moon in the 10th, and especially we're going to see a lot of 11th house squaring over to this 8th. And we're seeing it also to the 2nd. Like, it's time to really build and grow the world that you want to have, but not hold on to the one that's not showing up. Your shadow, why you can't let it go, is the temple of my own body. I knew that. I felt that. I was saying that you felt like you have control of your own thing, or the temple of my own body is the shadow. Like, oh my God, it's like some hypochondriac. Like I can't touch this, or I can't have that, or I'm not. Oh my God, like there's fucking tap water in this motherfucker. It's like, okay, like relax. You're gonna be okay. Like, there's a little bit of hypochondriac over, like, I can't let this go, like, or I can't have my life change or anything like that, or I don't want the magic to come in. I'll take the fucking non-magical thing that I can fucking control. All this fucking 8th house shit going on for you in Capricorn. So let's see what we got here for this Magician card in reverse. You got the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you know what? Are you gonna be able to grow something that's honestly gonna bring you the ultimate physical, beautiful things in life? Or somebody that has value and worth? Because somebody who's not magical is gonna have very low self-worth. So it's gonna be very easy to know who's not magical. They don't know how to manifest shit, okay? A lot of scrub energy coming up.
Wake up. We don't want no scrubs.
No.
Not up in here.
No.
Not, hey, you put in too much work, Gemini.
That's true.
It's true.
Well, look at this. 8 of Cups in reverse to the World. You are so afraid to walk away from something you should walk away from. Because that 8 of Cups is ready to walk away, right? Into the new, right? Especially look at another full moon. Okay, I'm done. I'm walking away. All those cups are behind me. Oh, no, not you. Not with the world. So why is it, Gemini? Why is it that you don't want to let go of something that's not magical? And I feel like you're missing out on the ultimate magical situations because of this. Let's see. 5th house. You're too afraid of true happiness and love and creativity and the drama that comes with real love. That's what it is. 5th house, North Node in Libra. You know what? It's time to focus on true love.
True love. Marriage.
So, are you ready for true love or not? Because maybe you've been so connected to focusing on your own world so much that it's like you forgot about true love. And you're like trying to have somebody in true love fit into your paradigm of your world, which isn't working. And so you just keep trying to fix it. Not going to happen.
Yeah, it's like they're holding back an aspect of themselves. They're not actually portraying to the world who they really are and who they want to be within that lover situation, or even just by themselves. Are you actually radiating that truth? Are you putting out into the world? Are you letting that freak flag fly, so to speak? Or are you keeping yourself locked away? Are you actually going to get your all your wants fulfilled? Are you going to get those desires fulfilled? Or are you just going to keep them locked inside yourself so that no one knows what's going on, except just your other side, that twin? Flip sides. Let that twin out of the cage, huh?
Let that twin out of the cage, That's what makes Geminis fun. Geminis without that other twin is like...
Unless you want to be locked
boring.
up a bit.
Pretty boring. Let's be real. A Gemini without the other twin is the most horrendous situation I've ever seen because they're the same person. It's like, I need to see the switch. Like, I want to see the switch. I want to see the craziness. Please. Cancers. Oh, good old Cancers. We're almost to that 1K collective. Make sure that you share this video right now. We are live also in the chat. What's going on in the chat? True love comes in many forms, like this chocolate chip cookie.
I had a little piece of a chocolate chip cookie today. It was delicious.
You know, life's like a box of chocolates. You know exactly what you're going to get.
Chocolate. I love C's Candy. Here's a little tip. Anybody making chocolate chip cookies, you go to C's Candy. If you have one by you, they sell their excess chocolate as chocolate chips, and they're like the size of your thumbnail, and they are delicious. You are welcome. My grandmama worked at C's Candy.
Did you know that Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, owns a huge share in C's Candy?
Well, fucking Warren Buffett's my uncle, so you know.
He's a huge conglomerate of stocks. By the way, the stock market crept a little bit down today.
Yeah, I was with Kevin this weekend because he does stocks. He was feeling pretty good about the situation, actually. He's feeling pretty good.
Wait till Jupiter and Pluto come
how
direct
about
here.
they split and added more Tesla and Apple stocks? You see that?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing is... It's like, I guess Tesla might have a new battery coming out that's going to be like a 1,000,000-mile battery. Everything is like, the Tesla stock to me seems the most weird. Like, to go that high up and they're not selling cars and it's off ideas and then it's off other companies that he's doing that are not part of that stock.
Right.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Something's fishy. Something's fishy. And it's basically keeping the whole market up, too. And the NASDAQ too, and all those tech stock stuff, and you know. Let's see what's going on for them Cancers out there, those crabbies. Well, we did get the 10 of Cups in reversed. Ooh. So the 10 of Cups, one of the best cards, of course, for love in the deck in reverse. Of course, in this deck, this vampire woman, she loves that. That is the best drinking blood she has ever had, and she is in a bed of roses, and she is in full delight. But you've got it reversed. So your relationship life, I would say that, you know, it is the rainbow dream is upside down. And so how are we going to turn this to the right thing? We're going to have to look. I mean, you know, you are going through a lot with Venus in your sign that is getting smashed by Mars and Saturn, the two malefics, in your relationship house and in your 10th house of making big decisions. And it's a full moon in your 9th house about your visions and your dreams that you've had that maybe are not meeting the reality of the logical truth. You did pull the Hermit card reversed as your challenge. So I would say that it's like you're not using your wisdom. It's like you're kind of avoiding the wisdom here. You're trying to just kind of like, I get it. You're trying to kind of play like, you know, like, well, I don't have to like, you know, do anything dramatic or use all this wisdom I know right now. I want to see if the rainbow's still there, but you know, there's definitely, you got to bring out wisdom that you know. You've gained a lot, but you know, it's like, what's the point to where you're not going to use it? You know, it's like somebody who goes to school, gets a degree, and then doesn't get a job. Like, you've got a degree now on what to do about this relationship in your life, and it's like, you going to use it, or are you just going to continue to...
Sounds like a lot of people that I know.
I know. I was going to say, Craig and I grew up in Orange County, and a lot of kids went to high school, and then they went to college, and they still in their fucking 30s and almost their 40s are fucking living at home with their parents. So.
I'm like, who's laughing now?
Who's
laughing now?
Are we just we're just getting rowdy now.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, fuck it.
I have a diving board.
And then, you know, you have to remember, we grew up in Orange County where it was like, if you didn't go to college, you were a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So, like, who's fucking laughing now?
I'm fucking laughing.
The Emperor in reversed. Wow. So your overall is the courage to step into the life of the relationship that you really want to have. And I would say that a partner that is not stepping into their energy, their wisdom, and can't hold the beauty that you want. So you have a very big relook here, because I'm sorry, we got 3 reversals here, and these are 3 great, beautiful cards. unfortunately, they are not looking too hot at the moment right now. Let's see what the shadow is. The colorless angel, it's void, it's empty, it's missing, it's just colorless. And, I would say that, I think that you're just in a little bit of a hopeless situation here and you don't know what to do. But we're going to help you and we're going to give you some tips here. Let's go deeper into that 10 of Cups in reverse. The 2 of Wands in reverse. You are not ready to have the world that you really want in your hands, and that's the issue. It takes courage. It takes the passion, because after the Ace of Wands comes the 2 of Wands. It's like once you have that passion of that big wand and you're ready to go, right? And it's all jabbed up in this beautiful way of just showing up and bringing the ultimate light. It's like, here you are. Let's have that world that we want. But no, it's reversed. It's like, this isn't the world I want, but I'm like, even though it's not rainbow, it should be okay that way. No, it's colorless. I mean, we want Technicolor. We don't want to watch this thing in black and white. Why is that Emperor card in reverse? The Lover's reversed. Oh, Cancer, this is the week, especially with that Mars getting ready to come retrograde and Jupiter retrograde still this week and not coming direct till the 12th and to the 13th. So, you know. Do you really want to use the fortune of Jupiter in your relationship house? You will not see a Jupiter direct again for 12 years in your relationship house next week. After that, like once every 12 years will you see Jupiter direct, okay, in your 7th house. So this is a very upside down situation that you're pretty much at the, we're going to get to that final card. What do we got here? Wow, Mars. You have to take action. You have to take force. And Mars is in your 10th house. You need to be an adult. You need to go towards the destiny that you're meant to go towards. And it's like you don't want to deal with that. Well, you got Venus in Sag in the 9th. It's time to explore new relationships. It's time to explore new possibilities. It's about to explore just your options too. I'm sorry, Cancer. I don't think that this is bad, though. I think that it's like, why go through this much colorless, upside down, not strong person, not strong relationship? The world's not going the way you want to, and the rainbows aren't going at all. And the whole family dynamic's just all kind of like missing something here. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I'm picking up like past lover vibe. Now, whether that's maybe you had a traumatizing end to a relationship and it's kind of holding some doubt and holding you back a little bit from moving on into a new healthy relationship, or you're still kind of picking up on that vibe of your ex, or you're still trying to bring him or her or whatever around into your life, and that maybe might not be healthy for you because it's pulling you back. It's keeping you from actually moving forward and taking the steps so you can propel yourself into this new life. It's not healthy for you. There's a reason that you got out of that relationship, and if it is one of those where it was a traumatic event, learn from it, build on that strength, build on your courage, and know that you are healthy in mind and in spirit and that you are okay. Okay? We're all okay. But you just have to work for it, and you have to believe in yourself that you can get over it. And you have to be fine with, maybe going through traumatic events again, because there's a good chance that you will in this life. So.
I was about to say that. It's like almost like, to me, it's like having that two of Wands with the world that you thought, and with the rainbows of the 10 of Cups, right? This ultimate beautiful thing. When we strive and we think we see that and we can have that, and then we go through it and it doesn't turn out that way, it's like, well, I put in all this work, I put in all this energy, I put in all that I had. It's like seeing that beautiful bluish hue on the plums as they're ready to sell at the farmer's market in the morning.
Juicy with all that
feel it
sweetness
down in my plums,
rubbing down your face,
and when you see that bluish hue,
it's right.
The farmer's market. There's nothing better than that. It's just so beautiful. But this farmer's market, it's spoiled, and there's no more bluish hue. So you know what? Don't shop at that farmer's market no more. You know what I mean? Like when the orange ain't orange no more, and it's freaking gray and looks like there's bugs coming out of it, like. I don't know if I need it.
There's going to be some trippy oranges.
And I think that there's Cancers out there that are missing out on things because it's like they want the world to look exactly the way they want to, or it's like just fucking do what you really want instead of like denying yourself of what you really want and just sitting and probably watching this video and going, oh man, I could have done this and I just chose not to. Fuck.
I think they discovered penicillin though from some rotting oranges, so there's that.
Okay, well then this relationship needs deep penicillin.
Deep.
And you got to take the whole entire amount. You just can't take one and then be like, ow, it works. It's like, no, you got to take the whole thing. And you better be eating some yogurt or at least some, you know, what's the new thing? Like the fucking, well, it's not new
celery
anymore,
juice.
really. The probiotics now.
Oh. Some pineapple.
I'm old school. It's like,
You
just
ever
give
have
me
a sore
fucking,
throat,
just
fresh
give me just
pineapple's
fucking
good
some
for
vanilla
that.
yogurt, fucking whatever, fucking, oh, Leo's.
Leo.
Venus is coming into Leo. You better all fucking know that Leos are going to be fucking the most attractive people for the next month. Just remember that.
Does that mean me too?
Oh yeah, you got Venus. You're a Leo rising, Leo moon.
Lord 4, baby.
Woo!
If y'all missed out.
I'm getting it all.
If y'all missed out, full disclosure, last week with the Peace Dealer here, had some nice alien talk. So if you're a subscriber and you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you go and see that.
The full disclosure was really good with Peace Dealer and actually Deep Astrology too. It was awesome.
Yeah, Deep Astrology was awesome with that format.
We also had him take over the High Vibe Instagram live.
We did.
Let's see what's going on, Leo. Oh yeah, you know what? Woo! I'm feeling already good. Queen of Pentacles upright, and I gotta say, she is, woo! She's sexy. There's some sexiness coming into that quality of the physical, the beautiful too. That Queen of Pentacles, man, she's got it all. Like she's got it. This is you knowing your value, knowing your worth, and not fucking around with anything that is anything but. And yes, there is a little bit of that beauty with that too. I'm going to be honest with you, especially with Venus coming in Leo. But you know, with this full moon being the 8th, yeah, it's like only investing in the ultimate with the sun in Virgo in the 2nd. And the Uranus trine and sextile is like, hey, this is about the best for you in the long term and for your reputation. Like, would you want to be a Leo and walk the red carpet with somebody who didn't hold the same ideals and knew their value as much as you did? Like, no. The challenge here is the intention reverse. So it's like, maybe you're very unsure. You don't even know what your intention is right now with love. I think that's the issue, especially with Venus in the 12th. It's kind of like, oh, okay, whatever spirits bring in and that will fit into the reality. But you know what? Set an intention this week, Leo. You got this beautiful Queen of Pentacles coming in. So it's like you can manifest the most beautiful love that you want. Set an intention. If you don't know what you're doing right now, then it's almost like going to be like a waste of something to come in. Set an intention, set the direction of what it's going to be, because intention's everything, especially on this full moon. You should be watching spiritual dance music, especially on Tuesday night, because we are going to be setting some massive intentions. And I would say that, this definitely goes with that Venus square Mars too. It's like, maybe you have like this whole like, well, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of options that I could figure out of what relationships could be like. There's a lot of coulds and who knows and whatever. And you know what? Get rid of those. Be like, damn it, I know exactly what the value is that I want. And I know exactly what's going to be the best for me. And set an intention. Don't sit away from it. Knight of Swords in reverse. This is definitely the overall saying that, like, you know what? You don't need to go rush after people to save them. Like, if they want to be with you, they want to be with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to go, like, Knight of Swords tries to rush in and save the day. Like, you don't need to save no one's fucking day. Those people want to come into your life. You know what I mean? So definitely don't go chasing shit right now. When you've got the Queen of Pentacles in your corner, that she's got it all and she can manifest in the most beautiful things, and she nurtures and holsters, when she's holding on her big, throne. She knows the goodness. So it's like, if you know the goodness, like, you don't need to go run around chasing things that don't want to be with you. Like, I'll be honest, that's part of maybe the no intention. It's like, maybe the intention is no more chasing people that don't really want to be with you. Leos, we do that shit. It's almost like the ones that don't want us, it's like we chase the most sometimes. Anger in chains with that. Yeah, I think that, it feels stuck for Leos right now. It's like, especially with this Venus in the 12th that's gone on, and so much fucking Cancer 12th house shit, that it's like, there's just felt like you've been stuck. And so you don't really have an intention of knowing what to do because there's been so much stuck energy with love. But I would say that that's what's going to be breaking this week. Let's see what's going on with that Queen of Pentacles. We got the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it's time for you to just, with something good, don't just see it, do something, move forward emotionally with it. Don't just hold it and see if something's going to happen. Like, you have to move something emotionally forward this week. That Knight of Cups does not do well in reverse when it just sits. It needs to move emotionally forward. So this is definitely needing to set intentions in order to get something emotionally moving forward. There's something beautiful coming in, but it could go all to waste by not doing anything about it. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, the King of Swords comes up. Wow. So yeah, instead of rushing after things, guess what? You know what you want, and you're clear on once you're clear on the intentions and people know what you want, they show up or they don't. And you're a boss. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, you've got the King of Swords. And I would say that, the frustrations and stuff, you're going to have to let go of them, because you didn't really know what to intend anymore. Because it just, I'll be honest, it's been a lot of 12th house shit. And with Venus coming into Leo, this is definitely you stepping into the crown of the happiness. And especially with Mercury coming into Libra, this is going to be stimulation and excitement and communication. And a lot of fast things are going to happen for Leo, especially by the end of this week. And a lot of edge and passion. Eighth house Pisces. Don't forget, Leo's, when it comes to our sex house, that's our eighth house Pisces. Like, we are dreamy. So, and edgy and intense, needing passion and needing trust, needing connection. Uranus and Aquarius in the second house. Wow. Well, Leo, this is definitely, only connecting with the people and the connections that see the value and you see the value in them. Like, it's just like an automatic, like, we see each other's value. Fuck yeah, bam, 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 and then rocket ship to another universe. So you also need something substantive now to take you to a new place, because it almost feels like, you're just kind of holding on to kind of dead weight right now. Or I think that Leos are kind of on this precipice of like, I don't know what's next, but there's definitely that Uranus Aquarius moment, like, what the fuck, bam, it's going to radically just come in and be unpredictable and change a lot of things very, very fast.
Yeah, I think it's time for those leaves to actually, cut through that. It's when you're in what's the heck, in that humidity, it's like that thick humidity that we were having last week, So you gotta
man. You
gotta slice right through that now and step into this new world. Now we got this nice ocean breeze coming around us. You got that wind on our face. We got the sun shining. You're here. I think it's time to step forward and get that. That radiation energy is coming for you, baby. And I think it's time for you to receive the gifts.
Hey, and if you don't know how to receive the ocean breeze or anything, then you ain't a Leo.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly. You know what time it is, though?
I think it's 1K collective time.
Buddy. Hundreds of years
so
and
good.
times.
I was on fire. We were both on fire right there. That was fucking fire right there. I was like, fuck, man.
100 times.
Some people, I don't know if they even fucking get that shit.
Over the
fucking,
years.
that was fucking good. That was like, oh my God. Like,
where am I? What day is it?
Huh?
What sign are we on?
We're on 1K collective.
Oh, I got confused.
So this is an exciting part of the show, because thank you for the 1,000 people watching live right now. This is a moment where you get to pick whoever you want, but they have to be somebody you're talking to or in a relationship with, or they're maybe, I don't know, you're in a fling with them, or maybe you're dating them, whatever it could be. It can't be somebody that you're not talking to. You can't be just some imaginary person on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or God, I was going to say television, but nowadays it's just politics. So unless you're like got something for some politician, good luck with that one. Pop that person up in your head. What's going on? And I'm about to find out. So you got 5 seconds here, and you can't move this on somebody else. So like if the reading starts going away, you're like, that makes sense for this person. It's like, no. Sorry. It's just this one person. So you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sex.
What is going on with this person?
Sex.
We got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So you might be a little bit this person or you, I would say it's kind of both, are playing shy. You know, because there's that whole element of like knowing your beauty and value and bringing it all in, or you just don't know if this person really likes you or not, and you're unsure how to go about it, or they're unsure how to tell you about it. But I feel like it's a cross between both. I feel like there's like a little bit of a finesse game going on here, and nobody's really come out fully yet, because that 9 of Pentacles like knows how to attract the bird and knows how everything's being attracted to. And with this whole energy, it's almost like it's attractive, but it doesn't know exactly how to attract. So that person doesn't really know how to say things to you. And I think that you don't know. There's something on the cusp of coming to what's going to come. The challenge about this is the beware. It's like, maybe the challenge is, it's like, wow, this is a very weird reading. I've got a feeling that there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. Like, I'm scared that I'll fuck it up. I better beware of this shit. Like, I don't want to come across too intense, like a fucking ravaged dog, that I like you or that they like you or whatever like that. Because there's definitely this very weird aspect here of it being a challenge. Like, beware. Of course, it could be somebody that's bad for you. We'll get deeper on that one, but I'm feeling a lot more like you don't want to, the person doesn't want to come across too intense, like, and scare you off, or you don't want to scare them. I think it's combo both. The overall here is the Tower card. Yeah, it needs to come down the false projection of what you're trying to be, which I would say is like, you don't need to prove anything to this person. And you don't need to be afraid of how you come across. I just think that you need to be willing to just stand in your truth of your beauty. Because I feel that true beauty, you know, because this is definitely like, you know, some people might think over this overall, maybe it's coming down and you need to be aware of this person. You know, that could be, I would say if you're in a relationship with this person and this is the person you thought of, like, this is definitely beware. It's not going anywhere and it's come to its end. If this is somebody new, there's just a lot there's a lot of false energy and a lot of freak out over how to come across, and just take all those walls down and just see what the real naked truth is. The shadow with that beware is this revenge card. So if you're in a relationship, yeah, it's like this person could come after revenge, or you're afraid that, you know, if you're single and it's somebody that you're thinking about, it's like, maybe it might trigger, maybe you're afraid, maybe it might trigger one of their exes, or it might trigger something, or somebody will be pissed at you, or somebody might like take it the wrong way, like in your circle, or maybe one of your exes might get pissed at you. I don't know. I feel like there's somebody that you're afraid would come out, or maybe you don't even know that yet. Like, that would be the thing, like, you know, that you're not understanding why. Maybe this person's trapped by somebody that you would have to be aware of, that would try and take some sort of revenge or something, even though it's not that. It's more of I think a projection, because it's a challenge. The Sun card. Well, yeah, shine the light on what's really there. Shine the light and step into the light and have fun. Like, this is about having fun. It's no fun to be, you know, wanting or attracting something and then not doing anything about it. And I think that there's a lot of light that needs to be put on this situation, and just kind of step into the truth and see what's there. And see the truth of what's there. Let's see what this Tower has brought up. The Two of Cups in reverse. Nothing is going to come together unless this kind of overreach of, you know, I'm going to call it a wall. I'm going to call it like there's like, this thing ain't going to be built off the old way of living anyway, especially if we're talking relationships in 2020. Like, you know, if you're trying to go through the standard, like, we got to go on a date and sit outside and then we got to do that. Like, there's all these things that I think are the traditional aspects of this Tower we built of how relationships should be, are not going to this means this is a very unique and weird relationship that's coming in, or you're in a place where the relationship is just so unique and weird that, you know, if you keep trying this traditional route and you keep trying to hold on to it, it's just going to kaplunk.
Kerplunk.
South Node, karmic debts here is the overall. I would say that this is definitely feeling like it's something past life. It's something that has to be understood, but there's a lot of sensitivity here. There's a lot of unsure of how to bring light to it all. It's almost like South Node can make you feel crazy. Like this. Hey, this might sound crazy, but this feels very karmic. Or this might sound crazy, but I'm done with my debt with you. So if you're in a relationship, there's this feeling like the debt's done. If it's somebody new, it's feeling like I have no idea why, but I feel like there's something karmically here. There's also could be hidden or known another person that's complicating things. Libra, Mercury, 6th house. Okay, it's time just to get straight to the fucking facts here of what the fuck is going on and communicate truth and communicate exactly the reality to find if the relationship can actually work. And, you know, lay out the case, and that person has to lay out the case too. So, but also there's that curiosity factor of if this relationship will work. So, or if it's going to ever get fixed if it's not working. This one's definitely a very, it's like going to play craps in Vegas on this one. This one's all up to how it rolls, how the dice roll on this one.
Right, and how you said that there's like someone or something that's kind of like messing with it, you know, or the progression of the relationship. I don't know why I'm thinking that it's us. I think that we're the individual. I think that we need to know that we have the power in our hands to actually move forward with this relationship, or to not, you know, to not actually let maybe past circumstances or any like outside situations to kind of boil over. You know, are you enjoying the moment with this individual? Do you like seeing them? Do you like waking up next to them if you have that opportunity or not? You know, these are all key factors into seeing if this relationship is actually going to work. You know, do they appreciate you in the morning? Do they roll over and kind of squeeze your butt a bit? Say good morning, give you a little slap or a little pat, whichever one you want. But it's taking the steps. It's those little nuances within this relationship, within your life, that you have to start paying attention to and say, I do have the power to continue, or I don't want to. But no matter what, you have the power to continue and to progress forward, or to cut it off.
Well, for singles out there, they're definitely not in bed. For some reason, something hasn't happened with this person yet. So you don't know shit. That's what needs to be figured out. And I think people in relationships, there's that beware revenge. Are you afraid if you were just maybe say some truth or say what you really, nine of pentacles, like kind of, hey, this is what I see, or this is what I want to be. Can you do that too? Like, is something going to come out, or I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That one's a tricky situation that you just need to get to you need to figure it out. Figure out what's there. I'll pull one more card, and I'm going to pull from the TV deck here. Overall for this one card, K Collective, because it's fucking a weird one. And we got the Queen of Pentacles in reversed. So it's like unsure of the values of what's really there. So if you're single, you have no idea. And this is definitely self-worth of like, ooh, I don't know. It can't, you know. If you're in a relationship, it's like, okay, I've seen what's there. Is it going to really make the ultimate bakery? Or what is she doing? She's typewriting. So definitely is a weird one. I mean, I can go on for an hour just on that reading, because that one's definitely wow.
Do you eat peanut butter on your waffles and or pancakes?
If it was there, I guess. I mean, I don't purposely go into my cupboard and go, oh.
Crunchy or smooth?
Both.
What do you mean?
I like crunchy, but I don't think on a pancake or waffle I'd want crunchy, I'd want smooth. But on other things I'd want crunchy. I like both. I like all peanut butter.
I had a crunchy peanut butter and jelly with blackberry Concord goodness today on sourdough. Sourdough.
For some reason,
what's up?
It's not showing us live for me, at least. That might be my phone.
On the app or on Facebook or YouTube? Yeah. I mean, it shows we're live on both on my end.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I don't know on my Android. Not. So we have 1.1 thousand people live right now.
Here we got 1.1 something.
Yeah, Android took a crap. All right, let's see what's going on. With the next sign.
What we got?
We've got Capricorns.
Caps. The mystical sea goat.
What did you say?
The mystical sea goat.
The mystical sea goat. So beautiful. I'm really upset. I really want this phone to work. Leos, when our phones don't work, even when you have two of them. There we go. All right, let's see what's going on with Cappies. Bam! The Sun card, and this Sun card in the Terror of the Vampirist deck. Woo! Hot and spicy. Are you getting that hot and spicy? Are you getting that hot and spicy McChick?
That fresh McChick.
The fresh McChick. It's time to bring awareness to your love life. I mean, this full moon's in your third house, so it's like this is about stimulation. This is about like communication. This is about the big beliefs, but with the trine to Uranus in your fifth house, yeah, this is about like, hey, fucking Capricorn, like, wake up. It's time for fucking excitement and love. And if you're not getting that in your life and it's not fucking sunny, then fucking get the fuck out and get into something sunny. Or if you're single and you're just sitting in the dark and you fucking want sunny, like you need to be the one that reaches out and says something. Like you just can't be like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, no. Your issue is you got the Hierophant. So it's like, yeah, you know what? You're being a little bit too, gosh, well, the Pope doesn't get nothing, right? Not allowed to. You're restricting yourself from what you really want over some moral high ground or even religious high ground. And you're missing out. Especially even the astrology says that. The Hermit reversed overall. Yeah, you've already gained enough wisdom. Like, go out. Like, gosh, the Hermit's like, hey, do you really want to be this person? Like, hey. No. Like, especially in love readings, the Hermit upright sucks. The Hermit reversed is like, fuck yeah, it's like time to go out and like stop being, crabby and like, let's go. So I would say that, this is like, stop playing so old and play young and play happy. That's what this full moon's about. Don't let this Venus leave your relationship house without that pressure of the Mars square and that opposition of Saturn, coming then to Leo into your 8th house of real passion and intensity go to waste. Oh, the child I was meant to be. That it's this moral high ground of how you think it's supposed to look and how it's supposed to be, and having this kind of belief system that how it should look to have fun. And if it doesn't look that way, it's like, come on, Capricorn, why are you playing that game? Don't play those games. If you want to play that, go play The Sims and go make some little character. And go play The Sims and play that moral high ground with the Sims person and tell everybody in the other fucking towns, like in your little house, like your neighbor, like, no, I'm going to just sit at home. Nintendo brought out some sort of sim-like game. I forgot the name of it. Wow, you got the marriage card with the Sun card. Holy shit. You have the Four of Wands upright. I mean, this is about something big to celebrate here. Mm-hmm. And if you're not having, if you're in a relationship and it is not celebratory at all, it's like, okay, time to exit stage left. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's time for you to open up and have that celebration here. Gosh, so much great celebration. I'll be honest, Capricorn's got a great week astrologically for love. Venus in your love house, then into your passion and sex house and commitment house. You got a full moon in the 3rd to stimulate with the sun in the 9th to open up doors. You got the trine and the sextile to Uranus in your 5th house of love, which is definitely a crazy, wild, and out of nowhere love, but you got to make that kind of, wild and different change. Don't block yourself with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter retrograde in your sign. You got the Ten of Swords in reverse with this Hermit reverse. It's like, stop doing you're finally getting over being I'm not going to use that word. I called Virgos crotchety, but the crotchety Hermit. You're done. No more crotchety. You're over it. Let's get out of that. Now you're ready to fucking go have some fun. Don't block yourself. Don't you dare Don't you dare.
Don't you do it.
You're the captain. Don't be like the captain being like, let me put the first mate on and I'm going to go sit at the bottom of the boat and make, like I'm going to like start knitting. It's okay to knit. But drive that fucking boat to where it's going to be fucking great and happy for you. Wow. Fucking Scorpio card? Fucking, it's time. There's a major ending and rebirth here that is massive about the moral grounds of staying in something that you're not happy with or blocking something great from happening because, I don't know, like, could be a million different of your weird belief systems in your moral high ground. Or my mama always said, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, okay. Like, my person at church tells me this. Like, oh, this is what I should do. No, Scorpio, time to get all the way in and see what's there and also get all the way out of what is not there. Black and white. No gray. That's what it is. Stop staying in the gray place. You got way too many fucking great cards here. You got the marriage card with the sun card as your first two cards. Come on. Please, for all of us that are out there, we did not yet. Nobody has gotten any better cards than this. Please, Capricorn, do not let us down. Especially in these times. Mercury in Virgo in the 5th. Okay, yeah, okay. Yes, I get it. You want a specific love, but you have to also be willing to make your environment change to a reality that's the one that you will truly be happy with and have love. That's what to be specific about, not specific and critiquing, I don't like this and I don't like that. Well, instead of critiquing something you don't like, you just fucking get out of what you don't like and you go find exactly to the point of what you do. Why waste time critiquing something you don't like when you can have everything that you really want in your life? Oh, yeah, there it is.
And I think there are some caps out there that have been feeling that. I think there are some caps that have worked through some trauma, worked through the bullshit, identified what they do and do not want, and kind of find that agreement, and not necessarily agreement, but that soul love, that soul appreciation, but haven't yet moved forward into it. And I think that this is the time now that you need to voice that opinion. I think this is the time now that you got to grab life
by the horns,
so to speak, and ride that boat to your destiny. Hop on, go for a nice little giddy up. Girl or
time
boy.
to get on country song and start talking about love.
But it's time. If you put in the work, don't dwell on that. Don't dwell on those issues that you've already worked through. Okay? If you're starting a new life, start that new life and go forward with it. Leave all that bullshit behind you. Go forward. Go get what you want.
And with Mars in your emotional house with Chiron here, like, it's like, okay, I get it. Emotions are intense for you right now, but it's like, use that emotional passion. Don't use that emotional, it's too emotional. It's time for you to have courage to emotionally go into these new, exciting, radical situations in your life and listen to your emotions. You're clear on them, right? They're intense right now. Don't waste it by, like just getting all hot and heavy and then sitting and watching a Netflix movie by yourself, or I don't know, taking your date to bingo. Unless it's strip bingo.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. We got Aquariuses. Please, Capricorns, don't take anybody to bingo or a bridge club party or
Bunko.
Well, bunko parties they used to at least get a little rowdy. I remember that
Some
growing
white
up as a
wine
kid.
spritzers.
What?
Some white wine spritzers.
I don't even think our parents were drinking that during the bunko parties. I think they were just old school, just fucking getting to town. I think there was Franzi a box of wine, though. I remember there was a bunko party that, in Deerfield, because Deerfield, was a little crazier than Green Tree. We had bigger houses, too. But bigger lots, nicer pools, more pools.
You didn't use them to your advantage because y'all were booted.
I think Deerfield was like one of before Northwood, it was like the spot. But I remember, I'll never forget, it was like a bunko party that really wasn't a bunko party for all the moms to go to, and Next thing you know, there was like a stripper Santa. It was so funny. I was talking about stripper, fucking a strip poke or strip, not even strip poker. I was talking about strip bingo. I didn't even know if that exists or not. Maybe just get a twister out, but of course we're on Aquarius and we're going into all these fucking weird subjects. But it's just like, I remember my mom, and then they, like it was like, what? Like there's a Santa stripping at the bunko party, like for
Did Santa visit Esther for her birthday?
Oh, that stripper visited all the Deerfield moms that night, and they got it on video. You know what I mean? I remember I was like fucking 10 years old, and I saw that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, fucking, I mean, it wasn't like crazy, but it wasn't the 90s. Deerfield was pretty wild. Those bunko parties were not like, they weren't about bunko. They were about fucking partying. Back in the day. All right, Aquarius, are you ready for a fucking party? I mean, like, you are the fucking wild and rebellious one. Let's see if you can be rebellious or not. You did get the 10 of Wands reversed. So, I mean, you got to remember that this is a card that says it's time to drop all the heavy weight. I just feel that, maybe you're working too hard, or maybe you're putting all this energy into a relationship or something where it's like, it's a bunch of weight and it's not what you want to hold anymore. And you know what? You can't be afraid to be an Aquarius and just drop it in order to open up to the happiness you really want. Remember, this is a full moon in Pisces. This is in your second house with the sun in your eighth house. So it's time to re-examine the things that you hold on to physically, is it really the dream, in order to receive what you really want in your reality. And with Venus that's in your sixth house, it's moving in your seventh house of relationships this weekend. So this is definitely about relationship situations that don't have a bunch of weight, or if you're single and in your personal life and you have a bunch of weight and you're like, well, I don't have time for a relationship. It's like, yeah, because you're just fucking straining yourself so much. It's like, maybe drop some things and allow let some love in. You got the World card, your own card, as your challenge. I would say that, the world of your relationship life right now is going through a major transformation, some sort of completion to a different world. There's a big switch up here, and the challenge is how to deal with that. Because something has to change. It's too heavy. It's not bringing you the ultimate happiness. It's like a long road that you're not even reaching where you want to go. Because at least the 10 of Wands, even though it's a lot of weight, it's like, a lot of the groceries and it's about to get that door. But with this reverse, it's like you're holding a lot of weight and you're not even close to the fucking door. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing this anymore? It's like, you can finally just drop all those groceries and be like, like, that's just what it was. The Hangman is your overall. Yeah, I feel that you feel very stuck. You don't know what to do overall. Very stuck, Aquarius. But you don't have to be, I mean, you're getting your insight when you feel stuck. We'll get deeper and see what that is. The shadow of the world that's changing for you is the mask. It's like, you can't wear the mask anymore that's holding you from the world that you want, or you're dealing with your partner who is more of a mask than the real world, that what it really is. Like, puts on a good mask of the world that it is, but it really is not. So it's like, I'll be honest. It's like somebody who, if you're in a partnership or you're thinking about a partner, it's like, either you're wearing the mask to say that your world's fine and everything, but there's something yearning there more, or you're with a partner who's wearing the mask of the world that they sold you on, and it's really not that. There's something else going on deeper inside of them, and you don't know what to do, and you're holding a bunch of weight trying to understand. You feel stuck, and you got to get out of that. What's going on with this 10 of Wands reversed? You pulled the World card again, and this time it reversed. That, your issue is that you've kind of gotten to a pattern right now of holding on to a bunch of dead weight, and it's not changing your world, and you want your world to change it. You're just like kind of holding the same energy and not willing to make a shift here. Remember, Uranus and Taurus is aspecting this full moon in your fourth house. So this is about rebellious and changing of emotions. And you got to let your emotions out of your true values. You can't just hold on to emotions and think that Uranus ain't going to pop them off and short circuit them if you just keep holding on to emotions of the values that you really want, but not actually doing anything about them. The reason why you got that Hangman card is you did get the 2 of Wands in reverse. You don't know exactly where to go because, again, this is another holding of the world in reverse. You're stuck because you're holding a world that you don't want to be in. It's not the way that you want to. I think that a lot of Aquarians are hiding their real truth of the world that they really want if they're in partnerships, and if they're single, they're kind of in a world that they've kind of blocked themselves from the relationships that they want. the reason why that all of this is going down is Virgo. It's time to reanalyze and actually make the really beautiful life that you really want to have, to make change. It's about a change of reality. Virgo also happens to rule your 8th house of your deeper needs, wants, desires, and passions. So I would say that, it's time for you to reanalyze your whole entire relationship and love situations here, and the ones that actually make sense and work in your reality, that bring you the edge, the passion, the desires that you want. Pretty simple, but like, you can't keep hiding this whole, oh yeah, the world's fine, and the masquerade, and oh God, like, it's not going to work. You got so many world cards, and the 2 of Wands is a world card in many ways. Like, it's the lower version of that, man. And you dropped one. What does that mean, Craig?
I'm thinking that it's maybe they're allowing the weight of the world that's kind of holding them down and keeping them stuck in one place. It's okay. You have that partner. You have other individuals that will help you carry this weight, these burdens that you're bringing into these relationships. You need to release them. You need to let them out. You need to let that world just go roll on. Roll tide, as they like to say in the South.
We're gonna roll this last die here.
We're gonna roll it.
Is it dice or just die if it's one?
That one's just a die.
That's right. We're going to roll this die.
Roll that D.
You got Jupiter in Capricorn in the 8th. Wow. Okay. So you know exactly the destiny and what your desires want, and you need to fill the open doors of that passion, of that intensity that you want to receive. But with Capricorn, you got to make a big boy, big girl decision here of what kind of destiny that your future looks like here. And are you getting all that you want, or are you just getting a little bit? Capricorn doesn't want, it wants the trophy, and in the 8th house with Jupiter, it's like, it's time to expand to only where the passion and the edge and it's going to take that trust of receiving that instead of blocking yourself and cutting yourself off from the deeper needs that you want. It's time to open up those harder doors of truth, because Capricorn deals with the truth of, I'm going to take a risk of making a choice in order for the benefit with Jupiter to see if I'm going to receive what I really want.
Exactamundo. Remember, always, there's individuals out there that want to lend that helping hand to you. There's individuals that want to help you, but are you going to actually take that help? It's okay when we get down a bit, but we have to learn to walk through it. We got to walk through that fire. Maybe we're going to burn our feet a little bit, but guess what? They're going to callus up over, and then we're going to have strength from that. But we do need help. Sometimes we do need help. Don't let the weight of the world just kind of keep you down and hold you into place, okay? Appreciate where you come from. I say it a lot. Appreciate that struggle that you've been through. Appreciate that strength that you've built from that struggle and that truth that you figured out with inside yourself. Don't just let that world drag you down, let you go sinking. Oh, you're eating? I didn't notice that. Mm-hmm. Sinking. Let me reiterate that. Don't let it sink you down into the world. You got to chew it, that world up, and you got to swallow it, or you got to spit that shit out into the universe. Regardless, make sure you chew at least 20 times so that your saliva starts to break down the food in your mouth, and then it's easier to digest it.
Let me choke on this Cliff Bar. It's already dry enough. And by the way, we were talking about peanut butter earlier. It's literally a organic peanut butter.
Nice.
This is a limited edition one, though.
Oh.
Because it's got Venus Williams on it.
She's quite a fucking talent.
Mm-hmm. Crunchy peanut butter. So... Good.
If it don't crunch, I don't want that shit.
Good.
Give me that crunch or give me death.
Good. Better be crunchy.
Crunchier the better.
Pisces is smooth as butter, though. They ain't that crunchy.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. I like both. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm all crunch all the way. Always.
So you don't like Pisces then?
Yeah, I don't. It's true.
You hear that, Pisces? You guys thought I was mean to Virgos last week. Shit, I was just calling them crotchety for a fucking week. That's it.
JK 2020.
Oh, let's see what the Pisces got going on here. You ready, Pisces? It's your full moon this week. Are you ready? Remember, it's your half birthday, too. And it's your relationship time with the sun being in your 7th house of relationships. Let's see what's going on, Pisces. All right, you got the 7 of Cups in reversed. So, time to stop having all these ironically, dreams that you have and focus on the one dream that's going to, the prize that you really want. I think that you keep looking at, well, maybe it'll be this, maybe it'll be that, maybe it'll be this, or maybe they'll do this, or maybe, no, you know what? You need to cut off this, It's a lot like having the genie without the lamp there that will give you the 3 wishes. It's almost like, oh yeah, well, and the genie's like, well, you can do this, and you're like, oh great, this is wonderful, and maybe it'll do this, but it's like, oh wait, hold on, you don't have no wishes, and you don't have the lamp, hold on, I need to go back to the lamp, bye, what? Because this Uranus is telling Pisces that it's positive, but it's like, you need to communicate and also look at your environment and the situations that are much more exciting and actually going to build you the environment that's quality instead of like the edge and excitement that's not quality, that is not sustainable. Instead of having all these pipe dreams. Wow, you did get the Justice card here. This card's didn't get mixed, but the Justice card is your challenge here. So something's out of whack here and out of balance. I think giving a little bit too much energy, or you know what, you're out of whack and balance because you're not going after any prize. There's some Pisces out there that just don't go for anything, right? It's like, oh no, I'm not going to try anything. It's like,
no thank you.
It's like, no thank you. It's like, that's kind of out of balance here. Relationships are balanced, but your issue is there is a relationship, Pisces, that you are questioning, and whether or not it is the ultimate prize or not. But I think that you also at the same time are like trying to maybe find too many things out of the prize, or you're looking at a lot of other people at the same time. Even if you are with somebody, Pisces, you keep that secret though. You know what I mean? You got the Judgment card overall. This is a big week. God's almost asking for you to rise up to the true relationship nature that you really want and stop doing things that are not of your nature and of a higher nature in life. So don't be judgmental on other people, but be more judgmental on, whether or not you're going to show up for, a higher divine calling in relationships, or you're going to, sit in the coffin. Not of death, but the coffin that blocks you from the divine journey. The judgment is the ultimate divine judgment from God and the angels. You put the I won't cry. You got the I won't cry for you as your shadow with that Justice. Okay, so maybe you feel like, you know what, you're with somebody who, or you're after somebody, or just in yourself. It's like there's something about like, I'm feeling an emotional emptiness here, almost like either your partner or somebody you're after is not showing you emotion, and it feels unfair, and then they're like, you won't even cry for me at all, or you're not showing that much and you used to, or you're not showing up for yourself and you're like, you're not even upset about it, and you're like, oh, I'm okay with it. It's like, I think there's a lot of cut off energy here, and trying to find the benefits of cut off energy doesn't really work. There is no, with this 7 of Cups now in reverse, this is now showing that you're trying to find a prize in energy that's cut off. Whether you're single and you do that, or in your relationship. The Magician reverse. Ooh, that's hard, Pisces. You are the Magician. So you're not getting no prizes when you're in these unmagical situations, and you're in traditional situations of like, well, I met this person and we have to be together and and there's no magic there. And especially it's like there really is no prizes except, you keep looking at other things, or you're not showing up for the magic at all, or you're dealing with a partner who doesn't even see life the way that you do. So it kind of feels like, like they wouldn't cry with you over the things that you would be emotional about, because they're just kind of like a hard ass, like, oh, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what? Pulled that Empress card in reversed with the Judgment card. Yeah, not making a call anymore for a higher good in your life is definitely, you're missing from that quality of life that you want to have, that nurturing quality, the beauty that you want in your life. So there's some deep issues that we got going on here this week, Pisces. And I would say it's a lot about missing out on, the magic based off this beautiful world that can be made. But I think inside of you, it's like you don't believe that you can have that beautiful world. So you just stay in the world the way that it is. And I would say a lot of that is this full moon. I can just be delusional and think I can have it somehow my way. But no, you've got to reach across the aisle to the people that really can bring magic into your life. And with Venus, that is coming out of the 5th of your love house, it's very stressed. It's opposing Saturn in your 11th. Are you with the right person in the right world? And with the squares to Mars in your 2nd house, this is self-worth issues and about love, and I don't think I can have that ultimate happiness. Like, that's your issue. Like, you're too afraid to really drop something that has no magic and step into what is. And look at this. Your overall card here is the 7th house of partnerships. This is a major situation this week for you. And it's something that you have to get to the bottom of where, if it's really fair or not, if it's really in alignment with God, and if it's building anything good, or you've fallen for that delusion, and where have you lost your magic. And look at yourself in the mirror. Are you happy with what you see, or do you feel like that needs to keep changing? And look at either the lack of people in your life because you're not dating, or the person you're with. 5th house sun in Capricorn. Well, it's time to make some, bold decisions, and also step into the happiness that you want in your life. But it's about, being an adult, and it's also about setting out the game plan here. And I would say that this week you have to become very aware that, it is the tenacity in life where we reach for things, but you might be overly, trying to reach some sort of goal of happiness, and yet you're not showing up for it. You might be aware of it, but you need to show up. You got to put light to it. Or maybe you're putting somebody's love on a pedestal, and maybe is it really holding that true light of actually worthy of love? It's one thing to hold somebody, especially Pisces can hold a lover up on a pedestal, but they might not even love them that much. And it's like, this is where you're getting a little lost in.
Don't be living in doubt.
Tell them.
Don't you do it. Don't doubt your worthiness. Don't doubt your power. Don't doubt your experiences. Don't doubt that someone doesn't want your sexy ass, because they do. But are you going to put yourself out there to receive that? Are you going to welcome the change? Are you going to welcome the appreciation? That's what it is. It's not about the worthiness, because you are worthy. It's about the doubt that you're putting on yourself. Don't doubt yourself. It's easy, though. I do it. I still doubt myself.
We all do
Easier
that.
said than done. But it's that acknowledgement, being okay with that doubt and saying, oh, that's what that is. I'm fucking lying to myself. I'm out of my mind. I'm on craziness over here. But once you realize that, then you're going to be able to work through it. Then you're going to be able to transcend those limitations and exercise the demons.
I got my minister badge in there if you want to wear it, dog. Fucking,
I do. I don't not want to.
Like, Sag. That was movie worthy, bro. Like, we got the minister of high vibe now here, who's the Scorpio party.
You're healed.
Maybe Sag needs some of that healing right now.
I'll heal a Sag.
I don't,
Come on over here, Saggy Sag.
the Sag story
Come
is
on.
about to get very emotional. A full moon in the 4th house with Neptune, with 6th house stuff of change of reality out of nowhere. It's a very, what was that movie? Well, it's a little Alice in Wonderland when she starts crying and it starts filling up the whole room with tears. Wow. 10 of Swords. You keep doing the same pattern over and over and over and over and over again. I think that people think that Scorpios are the best at hiding things, but they're not.
We're very good.
It's Sagittarius. Their 12th house is Scorpio. And repetitive patterns that you hide. So you're in a love situation, or you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And it's like, when it's 10 of Swords, it's like, how many more times are you going to fucking try and fucking stick a sword in a dead person? How many are you going to do that? How many more do you need? How many more toothpicks do you need in that little fucking hot dog? The Sun card reversed is your challenge. It's like false light is the challenge. Keep seeing light in something that always lets you down in some sort of way. And that's something that you keep inside yourself. It's the same pattern that you see. It's like, oh, it looks like it's going good. And then, oh, fuck. Oh, it's looking like it's going, oh, fuck. So you get like this person dingling you on a carrot. And Sag, you're the adventurer. You're the one that doesn't follow the carrot. You know what I mean? Like, King of Cups in reverse. Now let's take a look at this card upright. Bunch of people all drinking at the pub, and he's in control of his emotions. You are not. So the emotions are all over the place, especially at full moon of Pisces in your 4th house and Neptune there, and with Venus in your 8th house opposing Saturn in the 2nd, and then squaring Mars, and then Venus and Leo in the 9th. Mercury coming into Libra in the 11th. Like this is a very intense time, Sag, and I know it's constantly been for you in relationships. You got the South Node in your sign, you got the North Node in your relationship house. So why do you keep doing the same thing? I think that you're finally reaching a point where it's like, okay, like my emotions now are a little bit out of control here. I don't have control of my emotions. I feel stupid. The one thing about a king, any king, and if it's in reverse, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Heart, or King of Wands, or King of Cups, is I feel stupid. I feel stupid emotionally of what I've been doing. Your shadow card is calling in the storm. Wait, you want to keep calling in the storm of the false light anymore? Maybe you actually, this is keeping you entertained. I know we're all trying to find things to keep us entertained through 2020. Trust me. I mean, I actually like did a horoscope playing Call of Duty live on YouTube. You know what I mean? I get it, but at least that was fun. This is like really not fun, but stimulating in a way that's not the right stimulation. And it's almost like you're battling a storm. It's almost like, how unfortunately we had that hurricane. Thank God it wasn't as damaging as it was going to be, Laura. But it's like, there's these just storms that are keep coming into the false light. And you're like, oh, well, at least I get to board up and like deal with it. And that's at least keeping me emotionally feeling something. Keep going after something that feels like very repetitive and tumultuous. You got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So not only is the emotions out of control, but you're not able to nurture the emotions that you want, or you're not being nurtured at all. And you're the one doing all the nurturing and not getting any of the nurturing back. So you feel stupid about that. Like I'm mothering something, or I'm the one who's creating the emotional realm here. And it's only when you do it. If you notice, they won't do it back to you. So you're the one doing everything and they're not doing anything back to you. So it's like, oh, I'll set this up, or I'll set up this, or I'll do this. And then you did it for them. So they're in that space. And then the second you're gone from that, it's like, beep. Or you don't want their nurturing. That's all they're doing is over nurturing you. And you're like, what the fuck? But you still are like, that's a fucking crazy story. What's going on with this King of Cups in reversed? Well, you pulled the Two of Swords in reversed. I think that, you're not stupid. You're not blindfolded. You see the truth that your emotions are all over the place. But you know what? You can't keep staying at the crossroads. Like, this is where you can't stay that blindfolded. I'm at the crossroads and I don't know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Let's be real. Like, Mars in the 5th goes retrograde next week, and it's in your 5th house of love. Like, you've got to take action before it retrogrades. Or do you really want to go through the 3 months of hell of Mars square Saturn in your 2nd house of like the physical love and stuff going into a pretty big hard bang here? Can't be afraid about crossroads. You got to step on a new road, or which road? I mean, if you're going to stay in this, stay in it and fucking be like, I'm staying in it. But I think that you've repetitively done that. How many more times? How many more belts? How many more notches on the belt do you need? What's this overall for them? Chiron. What was the first thing that Minister Craig fucking told you at the very beginning? I would love to see it on camera. It's supposed to go on you, bro.
Sag?
You're healed. I need to hear.
Oh.
You told them at the very beginning of this.
You're healed.
Oh, wow. It's powerful.
You're healed.
It's powerful. Look at Jesus just showed up to fucking heal you, Sag. You have pulled over a card of healing with Chiron. Where's Chiron? In Aries, your 5th house of love. Bam.
Boom.
Some healing needs to take place here. And the healing of you, you know, without being in these weird situations that I'll be honest with you, you will not, they look weird. They are, or you don't like to show it because it looks weird. And God, you know, I hate having to repeat myself for years.
Years and years and days. And
8th house Mars, Cancer. Well, 8th house Mars. Definitely you're going into the most intense transformational direction and re-identification of the emotional of what's being received and what's not, and whatever is going to die, and you're emotionally going to know. Mars is debilitated the worst in fall position in Cancer. It means like you feel like you can't receive what you want when you're not emotionally feeling confident. Well, I think the issue of this relationship is you do not receive emotional confidence from the person that you are seeking or you are with.
I'm picking up on a little player energy, or a little you're leading this individual down a path that you know it's not going to work,
Or a user.
Yeah, using their energy for your own. You know, I think this is a time, so to speak, to cross that river, hop on that little bamboo boat, and come sail away with me, huh? Let's pick up some sticks and just come sail away. You gotta leave it be.
You know, I love sticks a lot. It was like
They're
one
good.
of my first.
Come sail away, come sail
One of my
away
first
with
concerts,
me.
actually.
But you know, you got to get out of that use and abuse attitude. You know, you got to see the light. You got to believe in it though. You got to be the person that, you know, how would you like to be treated in this certain situation? Would you like to just be led astray? Would you like to have someone portray this love even though they don't feel it? You know, get yourself out of this situation. If it's not working, do not continue down the path just to be on the path, just to be on some sort of path or some sort of mission that you think that you're on. Let's be real with yourself, be real with your partner, be real with life, and try to take it serious just a bit, baby. Heal yourself. Because you're
Let's see that heal. I want to see that healing one more time. Now,
healed.
Sages.
But you got to heal yourself too. I can only bless you just a bit. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
We've resurrected the demons up in here because of Reverend Craig Skidmore tonight. Sad you've been healed.
You've been healed. Go drink some water.
Go do the things that make you fucking happy, opposed to like creating like false like carny happy like carnival ride shit.
Like carny happy.
Yeah, the Cheeros from 4 weeks ago that you're reheating ain't gonna work no more. Or the dinners that you make like to go watch a movie and like you do all the work and then they just show up and eat it and fart and burp and leave. Even if it's a girl and you're a guy.
Never trust a fart.
Well, trust a fart because at least you can rely that they're trustworthy. But when it's like used in a manner of like, thanks, using you for making that food. I feel like you're holding all this beauty of like how great it is, but they're just kind of like, thanks. But you've been healed.
You've been healed.
Libras. Taurus is what flew out. We got 2 left. We got Taurus and we've got Virgos. Is Virgo going to go last again? I don't know. That might not go well as it did last week.
Oh, big things coming for those Virgos.
Last 3 here. Last 3 Libras. All right, Libra, let's see what's going on with you. Full moon for you in your 6th house with the sun in the 12th. So this is not the most easiest of full moons, but it is trying to recorrect and get you out of the fog and also get you more spiritually aligned with your passions, Uranus in the 8th. You did get the Ace of Swords upright. It's time to... This is a great card. This is the fresh card. Fresh goes better. Fresh something, baby. Fresh goes better with Mentos. Freshen for your life. Mentos.
Fresh.
the Libra maker.
Sex.
So I would say that, this is, especially with Mercury coming in your sign this week, you're going to be very clear finally, I think by week's end, of like, I know what to do here. Because you're dealing with a lot of weird aspects, like trying to figure out your reality and if it's lost and if you really want to make this reality or not. This is like playing with a permanent marker. Are you really going to continue writing on that, or are you ready to like say, maybe I don't want to put my full stamp? It's almost like a tattoo. Are you ready to tattoo this kind of energy in your life fully? You still have options. Don't forget about that. But also, is your rocker getting that 8th house Uranus? Let's see what the challenge is here. Ooh, the Magician card reversed. Yeah, it feels like there's something that you thought was magical. It's not magical right now, Libra. And you're searching for that. But you know exactly where it is. So why don't you do that? It's almost like, I think that you're giving a lot of attention and energy to somebody that's not magical. And then you feel bad to go where you really want to go. Especially this Venus opposed Saturn in the 10th. And it's like you want the bomb.com, but you're emotionally hanged up on something that's like mediocre.
Shit's weak.
Weak. Queen of Wands in reversed. The stupid feeling that you have emotionally putting in love in a place that you're not getting it the way that you want to. The emotion, especially that feminine happiness, that nurturing love. It's like, you're putting in all this nurturing love and this person doesn't have that in them at all. Man, with the Magician card reversed, they're not that magical. I bet you that people have told you in your close circle, we are going to see Venus in your 11th, or you might finally hear that this weekend. Like, are you really happy with that person? Or are you still talking to that person? Or what's the deal with that? Like, and you'll be like, oh, we're getting this. Or it's like, can I be your best friend for 1 minute? Like, they're kind of, you sure? Your shadow that you got is the Triumph of Lies. Yeah, this is a non-magical person who's not necessarily a liar, but it's the lie that they're magical when they're not. The lie that you tell yourself, like, oh yeah, I'm the triumph of my own lies that they're magical. No! We got the Star card. Gosh, there's some great energy trying to clear the decks here for you. Ace of Swords, trying to clear the head and see straight and start into a better environment. The Star card that's ready to, clear after the Tower and just come into a pure new space, Libra, and really listen to the universe and where it goes. And you know what? When you're in that space, the universe brings you a lot of great things. But right now I feel like you're kind of entrenched in a lie that you're telling others, and even that person or yourself about your love life. If you're single, it's like, you're still connected to something not magical, or you're dating somebody not magical, or you're trying something that's not magical. And if you're single, and not talking to anybody, which I don't know one Libra, you're talking to an ex that's definitely not magical and hoping that it's going to come true, and it ain't going to come true. And you have the Fool card reversed. So this is the ultimate feeling, like a fool. The Fool reversed with the Queen of Wands reversed. Like the Fool of like, man, I think that you need to finally, I think that you're finally making the 100% like, okay, this has been a mistake. And I've continued to go through the mistake, try to, like act like it's not a mistake or admit it, but then like, no, like this is like, I've just really been stupid with my love life here. And it's okay to start fresh and new no matter what. That's Libra's number one lesson. When it comes to your edge and your passion and the better life that you want, especially with Venus coming into a Leo, you're going to have a lot of other suitors in life. It just depends on whether or not you're going to show up star-like, naked in the universe and let all that come in. Your overall card that you got is the Earth element. You need real stability, but not stability of lies through somebody that's not magical. So it's like a non-magical, stable place is not magical at all. It's just a bunch of dirt. And, it's kind of funny because it's come up quite a bit for me in the last day, actually, about Johnny Cash and his last song that he redid of Trent Reznor. And, like, it's just like, You might have a physical home, or you might have a physical something with somebody, or they might be offering you something, in the physical realm. But at the end of the day, is that a really emotionally satisfying? It's just going to be nothing but dirt one day that you get left with. I don't want to get all Johnny Cash with you, but we were there 2 years ago, like at the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville during the CMA week. And actually, that was one of my favorite parts of our time there.
Yeah, that was dope. And
I got a lot more insight into him as a man and as a human being, and I don't know why it came up a couple times in the last day. So I'm just saying, with this Earth stability lie, non-magical, there's nothing worse than the physical with not magic. This is just being real. I mean, Saturn in Aries. Wow, in the 9th. Okay, this is where you're holding yourself back from your honest truth about where you really want to go, and holding yourself back about having the courage and having the strength and the ability to say what you believe or what your vision is here. You need to define what that vision is and be that vision and act on that vision, instead of continuing to kind of hold what you really want back and hold back, saying, no, there isn't any more options. You have a million different options. You just have to get over that. Saturn hates being in Aries because Aries trumps over it and says, no, I'm done. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold myself back. I'm going to do what I want. You need to step into that with Mars. Mars goes retrograde, by the way, next week in your relationship house. So if any Libra right now, no matter how much deep you've gotten down the hole with the square to your 4th house of all the Capricorn stuff, you do not want to go through this Mars retrograde and relationship thing that you're in a deep hole in.
Yeah, I think the greatest lie is that you still need to have this individual, that they have some sort of power over you. It's you have that power. They don't need to take up that space within your mind, take up that space within your life. That is a lie that you cannot move forward, that you cannot leave that individual in the past where they deserve to be. I think that's continue to progress forward, or else you're not going to have another meaningful relationship, because you're just going to be stuck with that mindset. You're going to be stuck back in whatever, the past. You're not moving forward. You're not allowing that mental space to clear up. You're still allowing them to have that free rent within your mind, that free rent within your soul. And it's time to kick their asses out. Simple. Get to the point. What it is that you want. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to have in your life? Bring that in. But they need to be erased from your life. They need to be erased from that energetic field that you're allowing them to hold space in. Whatever it is, for some reason you're still allowing them to hold on. And it's time to kick their asses out.
Just do it. Erase was the most powerful word that you said. Libras, it's pretty easy when you're a judge. You're the only sign that's a contraption. You're not a human. You're not a animal. You're a contraption. So it's just pushing a bunch of papers and being like, next. It was a fun show. I was on it. Virgos did pop up. So Virgos are not last. We are seeing Tauruses going last here. Hey, don't get it. I can hear the Tauruses in the background being like, but it's not their turn. It's the Virgos' turn. And right. Virgo and I have a little bit of like a, thing.
Play nice now, David. Play nice.
No, that's what I'm trying to say is like, you got, I just want to say this before we go into Virgo. Like, like the cards, they lay down as they are. 1, 2, the astrology lays down as it is first, actually, and then the cards. 3, I do not do these readings based off one individual Virgo. My mom and my brother are Virgos. So when I say this shit, do you think I really want to say this to my own family or something? Like let's be real. I love my mom more than anything. If you go read my Instagram post or my Facebook post about my mother, who I call the most amazing, everything in my life. You know what I mean? And my brother too. The longest person I've ever been in my life with, right? That, 1 year apart, fucking grew up together, everything.
Lyle.
Exactly, Lyle. But I'm just going to say that, this is not me out to get Virgos. I'm trying to help you by being real. A lot of this fluff out there is not real. This channel's real. High vibe's real because the highest vibe is just real. Truth. See what's going on.
Truth will set you
Wishing
free.
you the best. Happy birthday, of course. You did pull the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, you might feel a little like stupid about the kind of nurturing of love, or maybe you're not feeling the love the way that you want to, or you're not showing up with the love and you feel stupid about it and you don't know why. But definitely kind of can feel like an empty space because you feel stupid. Maybe you've tried love in a place that didn't go well, or the relationship right now is kind of lacking love this week. But I would say, Virgo, that you have opportunities to change that by taking that staff of that rod of love and not letting the fear of, your past mistakes get the best of you. I mean, this full moon's in your relationship house. And the sun's in your house, and then Uranus is in your ninth. So it's time to open yourself up to new directions and new relationships and new ways of going about relationships that you haven't before, instead of doing the old way that hasn't worked out and the stupid way that makes you feel stupid. Your challenge card is the Strength reverse. So, it's like, I don't think that you really feel that you might have the strength to really, try something new or step into something new or really go after something new. I think that that's something that you have to have that strength to do. You have to have the strength now to try something different, because it's obviously it's not working. And this is highlighting the self-sabotage aspect to also feeling that you're, something is there but not there. And you have to have the strength to see what's there, even if maybe in the past it's not really been working out for you. Your overall about this is you got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That, are you going to continue putting a bunch of energy into something that's not giving you a return back the way that you want to? So this is 3 reversals. Again, this is not rigged. So I would say that, this is an overall of like, only put energy now in relationship vibes and have the strength to do it, and don't feel stupid because it hasn't worked before, but put it in an area where you're going to get a return back, instead of like, I think you've learned enough of like, I'm not getting my return. I tried this, I tried that. And don't give up that strength and that hope because you used strength in areas that didn't work. This is where you gather more strength from, because, we go on quests in life, or we try things in life, and especially with Uranus in your ninth house, this is about trying radical new things. Exploring new places, new people. And this is your issue, is you're peaceful among the thorns, and you don't have the strength to kind of get through this kind of peaceful among the chaos, or the peaceful among the, it kind of reminds me of being stuck in Jurassic Park and like, okay, well, I'm peaceful in here for a minute eating Jell-O, but the fucking raptors are about to come through and I'm going to go run through the fucking kitchen. If you remember Jurassic Park, I don't know. It's a good description.
T-Rex. That T-Rex is coming to town just like Santa. He ain't gonna have a G-string on though. He's gonna have razor sharp teeth.
I don't know what to say. The heartbreak card.
Damn, Daniel.
Well, yeah, I would say you feel pretty dumb, pretty heartbroken right now. Or this week, it's like maybe you make a stupid move emotionally, I get Botticelli out for this heartbreak card.
Oh, look at that. See, Virgo, he's bringing out the gold. His favorite deck. It's covered in gold, and he's going to bring it for
I'm bringing out Botticelli. I'm bringing out one of the great masters of our time.
Botticelli.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and I'm, I'm flipping it.
Have you seen that picture of Salvador Dali walking his anteater?
No.
Through Paris. I love Paris in the springtime. Scent of fresh baguettes.
French baguettes with butter.
Some fresh baguettes and cigarettes and coffee.
Oh, that sounds. See, I could live the French life: cigarettes, cafe in the morning with a cigarette, in designer clothes, watching people walk by and having just long talks about nothing. Totally could do that.
I had 2 bagels on Saturday.
Huh?
I had 2 bagels on Saturday.
Boom.
One was an everything bagel with chive, cream cheese. The other one was cinnamon raisin with just regular double toasted, because I like it crispy.
Well, we had a lot of cards fall. So we're going to just do this last shuffle here.
I also had a banana strawberry smoothie. But I ordered them from DoorDash and they were cold, so I won't be doing that again.
Yeah, I'd be kind of like, would you make it like a little taco?
A taco?
You never take a bagel and like kind of like make it a taco and like kind of put it in half and then put something in it, like some turkey meat or something, and just be like,
oh, I ate it in bed.
Let's see what this heartbreak's all about. And this feeling stupid about love right now with Queen of Wands in reverse and this heartbreak energy. And we got the King of Wands reversed. So the King and the Queen are both in reverse with the heartbreak. So this just feels like, if you're single out there, it just feels like, I think that you're attached to way too much heartbreak situations and you're afraid of heartbreak, and you need to take that. You have to realize that the only thing that is ever going to happen to get love is the fear of heartbreak. I mean, like, you have to, like, you know what I mean? You hit the Four of Cups in reversed. This is like God's giving great things to you, and it's almost like it actually now, but when it's reversed, it's almost like God's not showing up with anything that you feel. It's like, I'm not going to get anything out of any of this. I'm just going to get just crap. I think that you're waking up to the illusions of how relationships are defined and the blocks of love and passion and edge and how you put up certain walls in certain ways. You pulled the Judgment reversed with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So I would say that these are bad judgment calls this week. I think within yourself, realizing that, choosing to make the judgment to not build something to see a return, or to not put the work in, or to not take that risk that heartbreak exists on everybody. Your partner will die, or you will die, and they will be heartbroken. It will be heartbreaking as you're dying. You know what I mean? Like, heartbreak comes with the ultimate love, no matter what. Don't forget about that. Your overall card that you did get here is, wow, the lunar eclipse. This is about a major transformational emotional change, about getting out of this like peaceful in a place that you really don't want to be, and the strength that you don't have to make the change, and you have to. There's something that needs to change here very majorly emotionally, especially when it comes to a full moon in your relationship house. And this would be like a lunar eclipse energy that would be massive. And it's not, of course, a lunar eclipse. And I would say that your benefit is Uranus and Taurus. And I'll pull you one more card here from the TV deck, because I just feel like
getting all the cards here.
I mean, I'm trying to Nine of Wands upright. So it's like you're still holding the defense from change. You're holding up a wall from change. Time to change that, Virgo. If you can change that, I think it'll be good. Saturn in the fourth in Scorpio. Yep. Blocking the intimate emotions and the depth and or no control of how you deal with your emotions in such an intense way that might be scaring people away, or at the same time, you need to, I have Saturn in Scorpio, like, you need to focus on what you really want, know how to attract it in emotionally instead of force it.
Yeah, the lack of control can be enticing. It can bring some fantastic shit into your life, but it has to be a controlled chaos. There has to be some sort of direction and movement within that chaos. There has to be some sort of plan within that controlled chaos as to what's going to be happening, or else the universe is just going to get lost, or else all these that manifestation maybe that you're putting out there is just going to get lost if there's no actual direction and emotion behind it. If you're not actually ready to receive it, if you're just saying that you're ready to receive it, but you know for a fact you are not ready to receive it, it's not going to be presented your way. And if it does, then you're just going to fall flat on your face and say, why? Woe is me. Woe is me. Why does this keep happening? Well, maybe because you're not doing the soul work inside to be able to progress forward, to be able to actually handle those gifts when they are presented to you face to face.
Or the belief that no gifts are showing up.
Yeah, because you can't see it.
Right. I would say that, I don't know why it's coming up in my head, but it's like Madonna, like a virgin. Woo! Touch for the very first time. I feel that you got to step in. Maybe you need to play that on repeat this week. you know. I don't know why. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And every sign gets crotchety, including myself. So when I call you crotchety, trust me.
I'm crotchety right now.
Are you?
I don't know.
You're cupping your crotch?
The cupping is helping, actually.
Your crotch?
I've got 2 of them on my hip right now. You'll be able to see some welts after I stand up here in a minute. Or whenever we finish.
Good one, Greg. The last sign is the moo-moos.
Voila.
All right, let's see what's going on for the Tauri. Happy last sign here, Taurus. Wishing you the best for love this week. You did pull the Temperance card reversed.
We're all crotchety.
Well, Temperance is very much like you. It's the beautiful energy and how the universe comes together and builds this beautiful world, but it's reversed. So it's like, I think in your love life right now, if you're trying to force something that's not natural in energy, right? So I don't know why I'm picking this up. This might sound fucking crazy, but if it's like extreme age difference and lifestyle difference, no, not going to work out. It's like trying to force.
Why is that crazy?
Because you know, there's natural things that come together in life, right? I feel like there's something kind of trying to be forced, like, oh, well, you've got this and I've got that. You know, this full moon for them is in their 11th and the sun's in their 5th. So love is on the brain extremely, but it's got to be reality based off the kind of world they want to be in. Like if you know, the age is so off and then one person wants to go, you know, out to the store and hang out in the parking lot without their mask or something, and the other one like wants to wear the mask and fucking not leave the house, you know, like because of their age category they're in.
Yes. If you're going to wear a
See
mask,
what I mean?
have a safe word.
I was able to use a 2020 analogy and actually bring it here. But I just feel like, you know, when the temperature is reversed, it's like there's something not natural. Whatever is not natural, like pull the fuck out. You know it's natural. You know it feels natural. Don't block yourself from like the emotional, natural place that just naturally fits like a glove, opposed to you blocking that and trying the unnatural shit. Your challenge card that you got is the Icarus card reversed. You're not willing to take the risk to the higher, better place. You want to keep going to the lower realms. That's what I was feeling. It's like something like that you're trying to force that's actually not that good. It's not as better for you. Or you're going into the lower realms. You're not reaching the higher realm. And it feels like the most extreme risk of your life to do something that's actually great. But like you're willing to not take that great risk of something that will give you something great. You're willing to take the great risk of something that's going to like kind of take you down. I'll be honest, that Icarus card is, go look up Icarus. Like it's not a fun card if it's reversed. Like, with the Temperance reversed, this almost feels like, you know, it's like, it reminds me of AI. Like having an AI partner. Wow, and they got the 7 of Wands in reverse too. Is this person really ready to really fight for you? Or are you not wanting to fight for them, or vice versa? And this is not taking the high ground. So it's like you think it's high ground, but it's not high ground at all. Like it's lower ground. It's like, let me just take my life and just bring it down to a lower level. It's like, no, let's not do that. You're a Taurus. You know the quality. You know the goodness. And your shadow with that Icarus in the lower position is the envious gluttony. It's like, so it's like wanting something to have it. If it's material, especially, right? Like, oh, well, this person will give me this. Like, that's not the reason to be in a relationship. Well, it'll give me a better place, or it'll give me a better this, or it'll, you know. There's something about this, just like, there's a person that's not going anywhere good, and it's not natural, and it's not somebody that's that big of a fighter for you, and you don't even want to fight for it that much. So it kind of feels like it feels like, what was her name? She was 16 and he was fucking 50, and he was the actor. She was crazy like 5 years ago.
Megan Fox, you talking about?
No, she's that blonde girl.
Brian Austin Green?
It was a huge story for a long time. She was trying everything to get famous.
Huh.
Somebody in the chat would know. We'll give it a second here. Because it's definitely this kind of vibe. What was her name?
What was she in? What are you trying to figure out?
It was that famous couple that was that 16-year-old and that one actor who was like 50 and
he was in Green Mile, right?
yes. And then like he was like going around with her and she was like in her bikini at 16 and like they were doing all this crazy shit.
Around those like couple fucking rehab shit.
Yeah, how is nobody knowing the name? The blonde girl. I guess nobody,
Courtney something maybe?
Courtney Stodden, that was what it was. That's all I needed, yeah.
Nice work, Belfa.
Don't be no Courtney Stodden
Reality.
or be her
Reality.
ex-husband, what's his name?
Freak show.
Weirdo. Creep show. I guess he can come to California now since the new law passed about pedos.
If you want to be a fucking sicko, come to California.
Come to California, 6 to 2.
World.
Pedos are allowed, like fucking crazy. Newsom.
Jackass is running this
All
state.
right. Let's see what's going on. This is a weird thing. Ace of Swords in reverse, not thinking straight at all. Are you really going to go do something this extraordinarily crazy and out of sync with the beauty and harmony of the universe and try and create something that's manufactured, that's not of truth? And do I get that 7 of Wands in reverse? You got the Magician card reversed. The Magician tonight popped up in reverse, I think, every time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a magical situation at all, and this person ain't gonna deliver any magic or stand for that magic, and it's not a magical position you're going into. So I would say that there's an extreme amount of caution this week about making some sort of big move, or if you have this idea of like taking it to the next level, it's like, no, I would say like that's actually a level that's going lower. It's time to retreat and to go, where is the best place, and rise with that Aquarius that's going to rise you. And it might feel like a big risk. Like I'm not going to go this route. I'm going to go this other route that I don't really know, but it's better and it's more natural. It feels that, it's got much more clarity and much more strength and understanding and some magic there that's actually real and not false. Oh yeah, your overall that you got is the water. Your senses are completely on target, Taurus, as far as what's the truth. You need to pay attention to your intuition a lot more, but from all angles. Remember, this is a grand trine of water, so this is all the water elements. You're dealing with the Cancer of your emotions in your home life. You're dealing with Scorpio, your passions, your needs, and your wants, and you're dealing with that spiritual need. Are all three coming together? Neptune and Capricorn in the second house. Yep, this is the delusion that some sort of physical aspect, money or position in life is going to get you something with this person, but it's not. It's actually a delusion, and it's a watered down version at best. Last thoughts for the Moo-Moos?
Last thoughts that and that's at best, because at worst is you're going to be floating downstream in a shitstorm, in a lost oasis of deserty, shitty weather that gets hot, it gets cold, you don't know where you are, you're lost within yourself, lost within the emotions of time. But the good thing is that you can find yourself, and you can find that peace, and you can find that appreciation if you harness it, and if you actually apply your energy towards it, and you don't just get lost. What do you say is like the old crotchety person in a young individual.
I mean, all you
Who
gotta
are
do is
gonna
go
be?
watch a Courtney Stodden and her ex-husband video and their interviews and all that, and just
So weird.
very weird, very weird. So
We're going to get weird tomorrow night.
we're getting weird tomorrow night for Spiritual Dance Music. We love when you share this show. We love that you come and watch this show live. If you watch the recording of this, we love that you do watch this show. Of course, we also break this show apart and throw it on High Vibes YouTube as well as just the individuals if you just want that. But always, it's Elizabeth. What's her name? Elizabeth. Is it Juarez that always throws up?
Yeah, Elizabeth Juarez.
Yeah, she's awesome. I always make
out.
sure I pin her And she does a great job of breaking down the timestamps for this. But we appreciate you spreading this to your friends, your family, or people that you know about the sun signs and that you know they are, the rising signs, and helping them out, you know, with maybe what's going on, especially, you know, being a light worker. Sometimes you know, you just have to be like, hey, just take a look at this. You don't need to force anything, but just have them take a look at things to find the light. Of course, you know, when you feel it, are you ready to see it is the question in life. And that's the highest vibe, because if you feel something and you're not willing to go see it, then is it anything at all?
Nope.
Love you, Craig.
Love you as well.
Love you all out there. We love you at High Vibe. We're going to have a big badass day tomorrow, a couple surprises, and we will see you all.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
Boom, boom, boom. And let's always get weird and have a good time. And let's go see the things that we feel. Let's not go see the things that we don't want to feel. Love you all very much. We'll see you on the next Steeple of Tarot.